of Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots of Matt Rule audio today. We'll get to some games from last night in college football. Yes, there was 3 games last night.
That's crazy.
At Sip, you caught some of it. Bill watched some of it. I caught some of it.
I did not catch much of the Jacksonville State game.
Nor did I.
That just
Why not, Sip?
I just couldn't get myself to do that.
I couldn't do that one. I just all of a sudden it's like I don't know who's going to win this one. Liberty? I don't know, but the Louisiana Tech. I was surprised Louisiana Tech gave up 31 points to a 1-5 Middle Tennessee. That was a little bit shocking to lose.
They got down and they didn't get back.
Yeah, down and out. That's the term. That's the term.
Louisiana Tech is they're just okay. I'm not all that impressed with Cumbie, to be quite honest.
Sonny Cumbie,
yeah,
head coach.
Yeah,
So you went with the just okay for the 2-4 team?
I would say probably worse than that. Sip. I think they're not good. Probably.
Yeah. And then the other game,
maybe
they're
good 3-4. I think
they are
incredible.
Now wait a second. Louisiana Tech was 3-4. Now they're 3-5, I believe. Could they have 8 games?
I don't think they'd be that.
Check this out.
The most teams have right now is 7.
Could they have?
Well, I don't know. It's gonna be the
It's a Tuesday night.
I know this
counts as like this week.
Okay, here's the record. La Tech after last night is 3-5.
3-5.
They played a week. They played week 0 apparently.
Yeah.
They're 8 in.
They played week 0 and have not had a bye. That's incredible. That's incredible.
They're 2 games ahead of like the Huskers.
So now they have 3 weeks off.
Yeah,
they probably
just what you want when you're 3-5. Hey, if we could just get 3 weeks off,
let's take a break here. 31-23, Middle Tennessee over Louisiana Tech. It's not a great game for La Tech, obviously. Liberty beats Jacksonville State 31-13. Logan Smothers and company go down.
I didn't see if he played. I didn't watch the game.
He did. He had the first touchdown of the game on a run.
Did he?
A short run. And he also had a decent opening series passing the ball. After that, I don't know what happened exactly. But and then the last game, Bill was telling me before the show, Coastal Carolina, they're up 14-0 in this game at Appalachian State. A team that, by the way, App State pushed North Carolina to overtime this year and lost. But in overtime, against a undefeated ranked team with Drake May, one of the top prospects in college football. But Coastal Carolina wins 27-24 over Appalachian State last night
on a walk-off field goal that he just snuck in from like the 15-yard line. Just snuck it in.
25-yarder.
Yeah, just snuck it in barely.
But
Appy State does a great job of a huge defensive stand. They go for it on 4th down, like on Appy State's 20-yard line. They Coastal Carolina, boom, don't make it. They hit a huge pass. The next play goes for like 60-some yards. And I'm watching with my wife. We're in the garage, and I go, watch this. He's going to fumble. Boom, fumbled. The guy got hawked down from behind. Boom, punched it out. They recovered on the 1 inch from the sideline type of deal. On like their own 12, took it right down the field. Last play of the game, kicked it.
Tim Beck's
first Sun Belt Conference victory last night.
They were struggling. They were 2-3.
Yep.
That would have set them, in the crapper.
Got the dub though. Got the dub on the road against a tough app. Again, a
3-3
Appalachian.
So he was 2-3. Now they're 3-3, right?
That's right.
How that goes.
So they just got to their 6th game, and La Tech just got to their 8th game. That's a big difference.
That's amazing.
And tip of the cap to the App State crowd. I mean, you watch those.
It was
games.
sold out.
Jeez,
it was sold out.
The
fans were insane.
Yeah,
it was great. Tuesday night.
You watch some of those Tuesday night games, like Middle Tennessee. There wasn't anybody there. There wasn't anybody. But then you turn over
to about that.
Well, I mean,
it's a Tuesday.
Well, we turned over to App State and it was packed. Yeah,
packed. So yeah. I mean,
and guess what day that was on, Jake? Tuesday.
They have a little bit more success recently than Middle Tennessee has had, especially this season.
True.
I heard this on a podcast, and I need to probably Google all of them. So there's not many that Rick Stockstill
Middle Tennessee coach.
is one of the more unbelievable records you could ever imagine, because he's got, I don't know if it's well over, but over 100 losses. You have to be a really good coach to have over 100 losses. I mean, for him to keep you.
Yeah.
Most places, it's like you never get to 100 losses in Division I football. It doesn't happen. You don't have a job.
Yeah.
And
He's
so
really
it's
fidgety
remarkable.
on the sideline.
Was
You notice that?
Okay,
notice.
I got the number
really
for you,
fidgety.
Bill.
Yeah.
This is updated as of last night with their win, 2-5 this year. Rick's Stockstill said has been at Middle Tennessee since 2006,
Incredible.
and his record is 111-108.
Yeah.
He's been a 500 coach his whole career.
He's like shut up, Sipple record.
Yeah.
Just the
Treading
fact,
water.
just the fact you could have over 100 losses and still have a job is incredible. It really is.
111-108, the record since 2006 for him.
Must be a really good dude.
He's reached 10 wins one time. That was back in 2009. Otherwise, mostly 6, 4, 7 wins.
Pretty smart by the administration, because they've done well. I think they've been to like 4 or 5 bowl games in the last 5 years. Where it's like, okay, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Middle Tennessee.
Let's not get ourselves out over our skis, and all of a sudden we got to fire somebody, and we got to have this new, really cool young play caller, come in here like that. How about we just get a dude,
Ski musician. You like those?
just let him run the team. How about that? Middle Tennessee, not real easy to recruit. Know where the school is at?
It's in Middle Tennessee.
Middle of the state, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Tennessee's not real popular.
It's got to be in middle of Tennessee, right?
It is. That's correct. It all ties
There's
together.
no way you could
Just
name
like
it
Eastern
middle.
Illinois is on
Right.
the eastern side. It all ties in. It all ties in.
It better be in
Southern
Middle
Illinois.
Tennessee.
South.
Carbondale's
Yes.
in the south part of Illinois.
Yes.
Did you guys watch baseball?
I did not. Hey,
Didn't know they even played.
I'll
I had
give
no
you-
idea there was a game.
There's games.
Was
I'll
there
give you
games?
an update on that. Hey,
And did the Twins win?
Yeah. No. They got
let me
buried.
give you an update. The
Houston beat them 9-1.
That's correct. So the Astros lead the series 2-1. It's best of 5. So one more win for the Stros. They're going to the ALCS against the Rangers, who swept the Orioles. Orioles 7-1 last night. Rangers beat the Orioles. So the Rangers are on to the ALCS. They're 5-0 in the postseason so far.
Where's Philly at? 'Cause I think Philly and Minnesota are the only 2 cold teams available. I told you I pull for teams. I want to see cold games.
Okay. Today you got
You're right.
Braves against the Phillies. That series 1-1. That's in Philadelphia today. 4:07 p.m. on TBS. You've got the Astros and the Twins at 6:07
Where's it
p.m.
at?
That's in Minnesota. Houston leads the series 2-1.
What's the temp up there? I wonder. It would be. Is that tonight? You said that game was.
Yep.
Tonight. You might want to watch
So
that.
that might be in the 40s, which would be kind of interesting.
56 degrees is the high for the game.
Okay.
You
Now
need
that-
something to pique your
Now that's a
interest.
6:07 p.m. first pitch, so it's going to get colder as the game goes on. So 56.
Thank you,
is the-
Mr. Science.
I'm just telling you.
Thank you for that
56
one.
is the
You
hot-
nailed that
I'm
one.
just telling the people.
Breakers, are we aware?
It won't be 56 the whole time. I was confirming.
Temperatures
your
will drop.
I was confirming.
Mr.
Your,
Science here.
I was confirming your
It's
statement,
like
Bill.
Bill Nye the Science Guy
I
is
am
Like
here.
Fauci.
I am Bill Nye.
You're Fauci.
Oh, no, I'm not Fauci. No. 56
Sorry,
degrees.
Jake. I'm joking.
How dare you?
How dare you?
And then the last one tonight, you'll have one more on. You'll have Dodgers Diamondbacks 8:07 p.m. In Arizona. Diamondbacks lead 2-0 in that series.
Yeah, there's some heat on the Dodgers.
Yes, there is. Good. Thank you. Good job, Jake.
Look
There's a
at
lot of
Bill.
good baseball. I was at Buffalo Wings and Rings last night, and baseball was on. I was watching it, and Brad was there from the
Baldwin shop.
the Baldwin shop.
Was Chris there?
No, Chris was not there. He goes to bed at 8. Like he's similar to Bill and I. No, Bill stays up. I've been trending closer to 8.
I know when it gets to, I'd love to be in bed. I'd like to 7:30. I'd like to build AC where it's not quite dark yet. I'd like to shut it down, but my wife makes me. I have to stay up until 10. That's kind of the time.
10
That's
o'clock.
fine. That's. I mean,
Can I go to bed yet? No, you
no,
can't go
I
to
don't.
bed.
We tried, but we tried to put Sugar to bed like a little bit later so she sleeps a little bit better. She can't. When it hits like 7:30, she can't walk. She's just out. She's just down.
God, she's different than Bullet. Bullet's not like that.
So we put her down at about 7:30, 7:45, and at 10 we let her out for one last urination.
Yeah.
That's her one last
Urination.
Yes, one last like that. And she comes out. She kind of likes that. Gets a little treat
Yeah.
and goes right back to bed.
Bounce right down.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody's driving you. your truck.
Oh,
Well,
you've been hijacked.
I'll get in it.
Bill.
I'll get in it later.
You've been hijacked by
I'll
somebody
get in
up there.
it. With the DeKalb sticker, but I'll be in it later. I get in the wrong cars quite often.
Yes.
Once a month.
Yes.
I'm in the wrong car.
Brad was talking about a band called Brad. If you're listening, I apologize.
Street Legal.
Yeah. How'd you know
What?
that?
Are you serious?
I've talked about Street Legal over 100 times.
Yeah, I
on
think
the
he was
show.
talking about Street Legal,
No.
a band he followed.
Of all the people in the world, Bill got that right. Did you
Yeah.
talk to him about this? At all?
There's Tight Fit and there's Street Legal, like these Nebraska bands.
Street Legal was I told you they owned the state.
They
had-
own Norfolk.
They own Norfolk too. They got back together about 2-3 years ago for some street dances, and they
Mhm.
were drawing 5,000 people.
Wow.
They were getting like
Whoa.
5,000 people to come watch them.
They could play Arrowhead.
They could play Arrowhead. They could do it. So
Man.
I tried like very diligently to try to get Street Legal to reunite for the Pender alumni.
And you couldn't get them
Couldn't
together.
get, no, they're like we're kind of dysfunctional right now.
Yeah.
We're not all
They
together.
have some issues.
Got some issues.
I
There's
think Rolling Stone's doing
the
a
same
story
thing.
on
Yeah,
it.
exactly. There's always some behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, they're rock stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're,
They got
they're-
egos.
their flame burns a little brighter.
Yeah.
I mean they get excited.
There's money and
Yeah.
ego, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that happen in bands.
I got one more thing for Idle Chit Chat.
What
here.
is it?
So we see Josh, our producer, is wearing his Chicago Blackhawks jersey. The NHL season began last night. Bills Golden Knights, they won
Big
4-1
over the Kraken.
The Seattle Kraken, the new
Yeah.
team, the new franchise,
Yeah.
Seattle Kraken, 4-1.
You like the Golden?
Yeah, I like
the Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
The Golden Knights.
Knights.
The Blackhawks beat the Penguins 4-2. I'm sitting at a sports bar last night.
What?
Whoa.
Not Brewski's. I'm not. It's a different one.
Well, you
It's
branched out.
a sport. It's a bar.
Okay.
Sports bar.
Bar,
You know,
bar.
we can figure it out by my house, that area.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
And I'm sitting at the actual bar. You know, it's a great place. Nice. And they have the NHL game on. They have Blackhawks and Penguins. I'm not prepared for this moment,
Yeah.
by
I
the
bet.
way.
I bet.
2 seats down from me, there's a guy that was pretty quiet. And all of a sudden the game begins. And I'm telling you, 5 seconds into the game, he's yelling, "Get it across the line! Pass it! Shoot it!" I'm like, oh no. Now, listen, I am annoying during Dolphins games, but I am
No.
not yelling during the play. I'll clap for a play like, oh yeah, nice play.
Clap.
I don't
I would love,
Seal clap.
I've got to go with Jake.
Yeah.
I would love to see
Like,
him.
I'm
just-
not
just-
yelling.
just-
Seriously, I'm not like yelling. Oh, come on, Tua, be better. I don't say that. I'm quiet. This guy is he's like, sorry guys. I'm like,
No, it's
It's
all
okay,
right.
it's
It's
all
okay.
right.
It's sports bar. You're out. Yeah. Get
So
out
he
there.
was quiet, and then he erupted.
so he leaves after the end of the first period, and so did I, basically.
Yeah.
But the whole first period, he's just yelling at the TV, and this is a full place, and he's the only person watching the game.
Interesting.
Like I'm watching because I'm curious what he's yelling about, so I have my eyes on the screen.
I mean,
And
that's,
this
that's
guy-
a good picture,
I mean,
Jake.
seriously, but he's
If I could,
it's
I
quiet.
could watch an entire hockey game and not ever pick up on where there was an error made. I know when things are going well, but not like going, oh, you can't do that. You can't make that call. You can't have that happen. No.
There was
I wonder about that.
There
Are
is
you
a-
sure about that?
There was a moment about 10 minutes into the first period where they didn't call a goal for the Penguins. They reviewed it. It was called a goal. And he was very adamant before the replay. Oh, no goal. No. They show the replay. It's very clearly
It's
a
a good-
goal. He just goes silent for like a minute. I'm like, wow, that's what it takes here, huh? So
There's no way.
very good image.
There's,
Josh is like,
there's
that's
no
probably
way.
all right.
There's no way at that juncture I hold my tongue. There's no way.
Really?
If he called no goal and his goal, I would have said something. I'd have fired one across the bow. I
go
would have fired.
Penguins!
I would have fired one across the
Go
bow.
Pens.
Would you really?
So
Absolutely.
that was my moment last night. Of Idle
Did he
Chat.
have
That
a
was
jersey
good,
on?
Jake.
No, that was the thing. You know,
Surprised
Josh
to have a jersey.
Josh has the jersey. You have a Golden Knights jersey.
Absolutely.
This guy's just in a regular T-shirt that had no Blackhawks, no hat.
Huh.
The shirt was a regular shirt. You would not know he was a diehard Blackhawks fan at opening night.
Huh.
And here he is, just 5 seconds into the period, yelling. I'm like, oh god, it's
Wow.
gonna be a night here. I'm gonna leave early from this
It's
place.
great idle chit chat.
That is great. And now we got Bill. Come
I-
on. You'll come around now. Hockey started, NBA starting preseason. All the college football you need, all the pro football you need. Come on. You'll be happy.
I like college football.
There's a lot of stuff to
I
watch.
enjoy college.
But there's other stuff you can just
I won't follow.
can you just dive into it a little bit.
Like I said,
Just get your toe
the
wet.
playoffs. I like the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
I do. I enjoy that part of it. Until that time, not really.
It's like no-go zone with Jake. We can't go there.
I mean,
Alex had to
listen,
go home
I
last
will
night.
I will catch part of the playoffs. I don't watch regular season though.
Alex demanded that we go get wings at 5:30 because there was an Orlando Magic preseason game on he had to watch.
Had to see
And by
it.
the way, that was their first game, their first preseason game.
It was.
Had to see it.
I was like, Alex, you got to get home at 7 to watch preseason in Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
They don't even
Well,
care in Orlando about
How's
this
he
game.
getting that? What's he streaming that on?
That's the other thing.
That does not sound above board
No,
to me.
it's not above. It's 100%
There's no chance.
not above.
100.
Okay.
100.
Is it? We're good?
That's good.
Okay,
Let's
that's
move on.
Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care. Sign up for a 2024 fertilizer program and receive a free winterizer application this fall. Call or text 402-440-6297. Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. We heard from Matt Rule yesterday. Sip, you were there for his one appearance this week on the bye week.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting.
It was.
There was
There was a lot.
there was some discussion obviously about Anthony Grant and the fumble situation. We learned that Marcus Washington is out for the season
Let's
with the
start
ACL.
there. Let's start there because they're in a fix on offense, Jake. If you haven't noticed,
I have
yeah,
noticed that.
yeah, the injuries have gotten to be, I'd say, in the severe range now. Washington is out with an ACL. He's done. He hurt it. It was the play after the 38-yard catch.
Correct.
In the first quarter. Yeah, I don't know if you can play that sound if you want.
Yep. Here's Matt Rule on Marcus Washington and the injury there. Hang on a second. Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know that. Remember we were talking about it today. I was teasing. He was wanting to explore those things. I laughed at him like everybody. They all say they want to leave till they want to leave. But I love Marcus. You talk about a guy who's, in my opinion, has come a long way, and really happy for him that one of his second to last play was that deep ball was a heck of a play. Really, to me, it meant a lot about what we're trying to get done here. That you're on the goal line and Riley Van Poppel as a freshman makes the big hit. And then you come back out and Marcus Washington as a senior makes the big catch. It's just team. And I hate it for Marcus because he's so competitive. He's just had a tough go, this camp. First it was the knee, other knee injury. And then now his hand was broke because I think he was poised to have a really good year. I've never been a part of this, to be honest with you, this many offensive injuries and defections. You come out of last spring, obviously you're thinking Eric's going to be a big part of things. Unfortunately, Eric's, gone through what he's gone through, right? Xavier leaves the team. Isaiah gets hurt. Marcus gets hurt. I'm probably forgetting somebody. So I've never been a part of, Ramir gets hurt. Gabe gets hurt. So I think the offensive staff's doing a great job of coaching. It limits you a little bit into some of the things that you maybe want to do. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for guys to go play. And those young guys, since the day I got here, I told you, hey, they're going to be really good. They just got to be really good now.
Those young guys, he's talking about Jaden Doss, Malachi Coleman, and Jalen Lloyd. Those are the true freshmen he's talking about. The original question he was talking, and Bill, you understand this stuff better than I do. I should understand it, but the question was, would Marcus Washington come back for another year? He's a senior, and I believe he's a fifth-year senior. So nobody knows that. I mean, I think he could apply for some sort of hardship.
Generally goes off of numbers. And so it just have to be, and you have to apply for it. Right now, the numbers seem high, which means he played in game 6.
Yeah.
And so that seems high for the total number.
Yeah.
It's a percentage based generally. But to say that I know that exactly now, and also,
no, I understand.
And also sometimes things are more lenient now than before. Is very much cut and dry with how many. Now it's a little more, a little more gray sometimes on how that gets applied for and how they able to get that done.
I never worry about it in that moment. I wouldn't ask that question because I doubt the kids has even thought about, okay, I think I'm going to try to come back next. I mean, it just all happened. He hasn't even had the surgery yet. So anyway, they lose I'd say if he's not their best receiver, he's their second best receiver. All right. So now you're going to, I don't know what you do exactly, how you're going to do this. You're down pretty much to Kemp and Alex Bullock and freshmen. Mm-hmm. And you better, maybe you use more 2 tight end sets. I don't know. I'm not a scheme magician, but I just know this. They have like Rule went through. They've lost a lot now on offense to the point where, well, there's 2 people that come to mind: Satterfield, Marcus, because he's got to make this work. He's got to make this work somehow. And Heinrich Harburg, because he's got to kind of make it work too, right?
Mm-hmm.
With not a lot around.
Lacking some weapons here.
Yeah, not a lot around him. It'd be nice if they had a bulldozer of an offensive line. It's okay, but it's not a bulldozer. So you got a lot to think about. Yeah, I would say you can't really. It's hard to evaluate those guys. It's going to be hard to evaluate Heinrich Harburg going forward. They're going to lean on him. They're going to lean on him hard. They already do. He's running the ball at a rate more than any quarterback in modern Nebraska football history.
Pretty much 18 to 21 times a game he's getting carries.
Nobody's running at the rate that he's running at. Not Jamal Lord, not Eric Crouch.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Here is Matt Rule, an update on his thoughts on the freshman receivers have to step up in this. Here's Matt Rule from yesterday.
Yeah, I think the fact that there wasn't anything with his lower body. I mean, our guys do a great job of keeping guys in shape. He broke his arm, so he just had to wait for it to heal. And once it healed, he's been integrated back in. So he was out, back in for a week, and then a little something. I think maybe I can't remember Michigan week if he was up or not. Forgive me, but then he was up obviously last week, and actually called a reverse for him in the game. Sat did, and they checked out of it because they were blitzing the corner. But Jaden's a really good player. Jalen's a really good player. Malachi's a really good player. Ty Hahn stepped up. Bullock, I thought, made the plays we all know Bullock's capable of making. So we'll need those guys to go.
For the Jaden Doss off the bat there.
Yeah, Jaden Doss had hurt his arm. I guess broke a bone in it, his arm in preseason camp, and is just now getting back.
Timing of an injury, especially for a true freshman, is very difficult. If you're into whatever there was mid camp, whenever it happened,
that was about mid camp.
Mid camp,
maybe mid to late.
It's hard to stay up to speed when you're a true freshman and you're still learning everything. Almost every day is still new. Every day is still new. Then all of a sudden you're out of the rotation because of an injury. So the timing of it, the difference of a Marcus Washington or a veteran receiver missing 2 or 3 weeks that has played in a lot of football games, knows the system, knows the calls, all those things that can come back faster. That's just a heavy load on a true freshman when it's like I really can't give him these reps right now because there's no way he's going to go in the game. And if there's any way, I don't think he even traveled. Doss did not travel, I don't believe, to Minnesota or to Colorado. Did he?
I doubt it.
I don't know.
I
doubt. So you're not giving him reps. You're not. You're there.
No, he didn't. By the way,
you're in meetings. You're getting prepared, but it's a lot. And so the timing of the injury was very, very difficult for a true freshman.
It was really, and I think he was really coming on. I think he would be the best of those freshman receivers.
I know his film says great things.
You like him.
Yeah.
What do you like about him so much?
Body type, number one, redeeming quality is like that. If you just look at him, he's thick. He looks like a Big Ten football player as a freshman. So it looks at, and then punt return, all the skill sets that he can do. I went and watched him play live. Yeah, he makes you miss. He can run through you. He can do everything. And so he's a really, really, really impressive young man. And this comes from a great family.
So now he'll be, you know what? He's going to have to be a factor, I think. I mean, they're going to have to throw some balls his way. I mean, it's a process of elimination at this point. So that's big. And Malachi's the same way, and Jalen Lloyd's the same way. They moved Bryce Turner and Jeremiah Charles to corner from receiver. And those guys are working at corner. Yeah, they got, I think, 8 of the freshman scholarship players are working at defensive back. A lot of DBs back there. Let's see, what else from Rule?
Well, he talked about his thoughts on the team so far, halfway through the season, and thoughts on the rest of the season coming up. Here's Rule from yesterday on that.
Yeah. I think we should for the second half of the season. I mean, we should try to win every game. Knowing that we'll have a chance. We'll probably have a chance in every game, and also there's not a team that can't beat us. There's not a team we can't beat. There's not a team that can't beat us, and so we probably just should prepare at a high level. I hope the one thing they learned from last week was that what seemed like really hard, like, man, we're in full pads on the Sunday, the day after we played Michigan, probably will end up being one of their better memories from the year, and probably led to one of their best weeks of football. And I think gave them the right to have that swagger that Sam asked about, right? Like, as I told them, if you practice that way, then you earn the right to play that way. So I think they understand that they have to prepare, they have to have edge, they have to play in a certain way, and they have to play as a team. You got Blaze Gunnarsson started a bunch of games. He gets a little bit banged up. Someone goes ahead. Jamari goes ahead of him. Blaze doesn't start. Does he complain? No, he goes out. He plays really good on defense. He blocks a punt. There's a lot of guys on the team I thought stepped up in multiple areas, not just on offense and defense.
Yeah, they're going to need all three. They're going to need all three units because the offense is going to have to be pulled along. It will. I mean, it's already been that way when they were kind of healthy. Now you're going to need the special teams to be more reliable now if you're going to have the sort of success that you want. So yeah. Now yesterday I thought was the first time that it sounded like Heinrich Harburg was your guy, where it wasn't really an up in the air discussion. It had that sound to me. It didn't say it explicitly, but it didn't sound like, okay, yeah, the race is still on. It sounds like Heinrich's your guy.
I think this might be that quote.
Try it.
We'll see. And Matt Rule on this quarterback situation at hand.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think the best players are constantly at competition with themselves and their own standards. So, obviously Heinrich started the last several games. If he played today, he'd be out there starting. But he knows he has two really good quarterbacks in the room with him in Jeff and Chuba. And so, you can't kind of blow a day off, right? You can't show up one day and not be locked in. You can't miss the team bus. You can't do whatever. You've got to stay locked in and healthy. I don't really worry about that with those guys, but a lot of times parents have said to me over the years, well, if you would just make him the starter, I would tell you'd see how confident he'd be. And I'm trying to get I'm not worried about where these guys. I'm trying to get all these guys ready for their next phase in life, right? The NFL or the real world. And you walk around every day at the next level waiting to get cut. So you better learn how to handle pressure, and true confidence comes from within. Confidence doesn't come from your parents telling you that you're a good player or your coach telling you. In fact, it actually does the opposite if you look at the research. So, a program where guys have to earn it, a program where guys know that, if I work hard, eventually I'm going to get a chance. I think that's exactly what we need.
Did your dad ever tell you you're a good player?
No.
Nor did mine.
No, he was, confident and cordial like that. He was my head coach.
I don't.
There wasn't a lot of time. Matter of fact, actually, exact words were, "If you're not clearly better than everyone else, you're not playing."
Yeah.
That was the conversation. That was the conversation.
That's beautiful.
It was. He's like,
That's beautiful.
There's no chance. No chance you can be the quarterback of the coach's kid.
Yeah.
If you're not clearly better.
Your dad's
He's a dude.
He's a legend.
Ron Busch.
He's a legend.
He's a dude.
What a guy.
You know what? He has that sort of air about him too. He did.
He does.
Confident. Very confident.
Still
and
does.
Sharon's just gorgeous.
She is.
Yes.
Regal.
She's regal.
Regal.
Okay. So yeah, that sounded like Heinrich's the guy.
He said right now he'd be the guy out there for the next game.
I think he said again, Heinrich's got to improve his conditioning, which is one of the most confounding things I've heard. That he looks like Bruce Jenner before he was Caitlyn.
He's
pre-Caitlyn. Pre-Caitlyn. I mean,
Okay.
he looks like a decathlete. I mean, he's not a dumpy quarterback.
Oh, he runs.
I mean, he's
pretty
one of the
fast.
best looking athletes on the campus.
Look at the run he had for the touchdown in that game. He looked pretty
Look
fast.
at
in
the
that
dude.
one.
How could his conditioning be bad?
What is this about?
It might be about that they asked him to do about
He's
everything.
carrying it 20 times a game.
Right.
He's a quarterback, for crying out loud.
It's just interesting to me. I'm not being critical of anybody here. It's interesting to me that he mentions his conditioning all the time. He gets tired. He gets winded.
He's not running it 5 times a game. It's
Well, the
20.
good thing about that is that's fixable.
Yeah.
Some things aren't fixable on certain
You
players.
just run his ass in practice.
It's just
right?
fixable. You can get in better shape. So I'm sure they have a great plan.
Run
for
him
that.
on the steps.
Have you thought any time he looked like he was out of shape when he was playing?
There's that. Yeah. I mean, there was that time we thought he had a rib injury and he just couldn't catch his breath I think it was against Louisiana Tech.
After a run?
Yeah, it was in the second half, and we were all up there going, "Man, did he get hit in a rib or something?"
He's just tired.
He just couldn't get his breath. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Heinrich's
That
Heinrich's the
that
guy.
happens to me every day.
Every
So
day.
I'm
You
with
get your
Heinrich.
breath.
Yeah, I can. So I'm in Full support.
Matt
of
Rule
him.
make fun of me too, I
Yeah.
guess, over here. I guess I'm out of shape too. I knew that already, but
Let's see. I'm trying to think what else struck me out of that.
well, we're gonna
thing.
get to Anthony Grant in the top. Of
Yeah,
the 7
don't do the
o'clock hour.
Anthony
We're gonna
Grant
save that
thing.
to 7
Yeah.
o'clock.
That was the most interesting stuff.
Fumble problem.
Not
Not
there,
happy
now,
with it.
there's a question in light of all the injuries, because now it's become kind of a severe situation. Do you change your identity? Do you see that one on there?
I think so.
Hit it.
Well, the question was, does your team's identity fit within the Big Ten? Is that the one you want?
I don't know if that's it.
Okay.
Go ahead, try it.
Okay,
Try
here's
it.
Matt
I
Rule.
don't think that's it, but try it.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, who's winning in college football? That's not running the football and playing good defense.
That's
And we have to be more explosive on offense, right? You're not going to be able to win long term if you can't make explosive plays in the passing game. We're one of the top teams in terms of explosive run plays, but we're going to need some explosive pass plays. And on the flip side, on defense, we've given up way too many explosive 20-yard passes. So that component will continue to come. That's part of that is people getting comfortable. Part of that is playmakers. Playmakers as they develop, as you recruit them. There's a lot of teams on Saturday that catch a slant and take it 80. We have the guys who can do that. We just have to continue to get them confident. And I see our team becoming a more confident team day by day. So, I think playing defense, running the football. That was a really people don't know that was a really windy day. It was just what Coach Osborne was out at practice today. That's just what Coach Osborne told me. There'd be some really windy days where like having good special teams and having good defense and the ability to run the football is going to be really, really, really important.
Yeah, so they won't change their identity, but it's really I don't know. It's a lot of guys have gone down.
Yeah.
I know what they want to do. They want to pound it at you, right? They want to, hit you with body blows is the way he puts it, and hit you with play action and run some option. I guess you can still do that, but it's not easy to do when you're down your top 2 running backs. Your third best running back has a fumble issue apparently that we'll address in the 7 a.m. And then, so what do? Are you pounding Emmett Johnson at people?
He's laughing. He's
5'10", 190. That's one reason I'm saying that. He's not the type of back you'll load up 20 times and say, okay, hammer between the tackles.
He can't exactly pass the ball either, though, this team. So
that's the thing.
What options do you have now offensively if you don't run the football?
Piece it together.
Harvard, 30 carries.
I'm telling you, what you got to kind of do over there is just try to patch something together and hope to God you don't lose somebody else. Or you're going to start moving defensive players over. Just saying. It's getting down to the nubs.
The nubs.
Be a fun second half of the season.
It's a word, right?
The nubs, yeah. It is a word. When we come back, Sean Callahan, Husker Online, an early break with a ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the judgment-free zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. See Home Club for details.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
This. Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Zip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is again a bye week for Nebraska football. But we heard from Matt Rule yesterday on a variety of things. Anthony Grant, Marcus Washington, the injury there. We're joined now on the phone by Husker Online, Sean Callahan. Sean, good morning. Let's start with Marcus Washington. He's out for the year with an ACL injury again. You already have a pretty thin receiving group as it is for Nebraska football, and it's probably going to come down to some young receivers stepping up. Do you believe those guys are ready to contribute and become guys that can, be playmakers for the squad in the second part of the season, Sean?
Sorry, I didn't hear the first part there, Jake. I didn't get sound there.
I was just saying that Marcus Washington is out for the season with an injury, and I'm just curious in terms of the young receivers, Malachi Coleman, Doss out there as well. Are those guys, you think they're ready to contribute and be playmakers in the second part of the season for Nebraska football?
Maybe at a limited level, but, we just haven't seen it enough to really think that you can count on these guys to be big impact players. I think each week it will get a little bit better, but what does Malachi Coleman have? One catch. Jalen Lloyd's got a reverse play. And we just saw Doss get on the field for the first time. So you hope it increases, but it's going to have to be a lot more of the tight ends and a lot more Billy Kemp, and Alex Bullock obviously is going to factor in more. I'm sure Ty Hahn will see more reps, but that situation's not ideal right now. There's no doubt.
Do you lean harder on Heinrich Harburg? Don't you about have to?
I mean, just to run it more.
Run it more.
Teams are going to defend him differently, and he's got to make the right decisions. I mean, you heard Matt Rule say teams are dropping 8 back, which makes it harder to see down the field and find throwing lanes, and they're trying to take away his runs. But yeah, they're going to have to get creative because opposing defenses are not going to really worry about those receivers. I mean, they don't have anybody that's going to take they don't have Trey Palmer. They don't have Xavier Betts. They don't have anyone that's going to take the top off you right now when you look at that current group.
Sean Callahan. Sean, you're always interested in this stuff. What does the week look like for Nebraska on a off week, on a non-game week?
Well, Tuesday, Wednesday, they're going to do just Nebraska on Nebraska self-scout practices. And Thursday, they'll get a jump on Northwestern and kind of do their first day of Northwestern week. There's one coach out on the road all week already, and then the remainder of the coaching staff will go out Thursday and Friday, including Matt Rule. So I would assume they would have the full 11 coaches out on the road to recruit, and you get 33 days. So if you have 11 coaches out on the road, that's 11 here, 33 days to use. So they'll push those days pretty hard here. I'm sure they'll save some for the very end of November, the last part of the in-season eval, but they'll be pretty aggressive going on the road, and my guess is the focus will be on a lot of recruits that are already committed. When you have 26 guys committed, you want to go out and see a lot of those guys play if you can. 33 days over what span? September until essentially Thanksgiving. It's the end season, the end season recruiting, and these aren't in homes. Like, you can't go in the living rooms. I mean, you can go to the schools, you can go to the games. You're limited in your contact and what you can do. So Matt Rule where he goes will be, I think, very notable. I think Kewan Lacey, the attention he's getting down in Lancaster, Texas. He had Lane Kiffin in his school to see him this week. Florida's pushing him hard. So who will be at Kewan Lacey's game on Friday is also something to take note of.
Joined by Sean Callahan, Husker Online. Sean, regarding the current squad, Anthony Grant Rule was pretty critical from yesterday with the fumble problems in terms of the whole season so far. Fall camp, we knew this is a big deal. Does a running back can they not be turnover prone? How do you fix that? Is it fixable in the season?
Yeah, I mean, Rule talked about fundamentals and the ball security of how they hold the football. But at the end of the game, it's almost like Minnesota and Illinois both knew the situation with Grant, and they poke at the ball, and it's on the scouting report. Everyone's going to punch it out, and I think for Grant, he's just got to do a better job of holding it. Evidently, it was a problem even in practice leading up to the Illinois game this last week. But it is what it is. I mean, Grant's the guy they have to roll with. Josh Fleeks and Emmett Johnson are there. We haven't seen Quentin Ives play at all yet this season. So there, again, that situation with running back, I don't know if I've ever seen it. And the Rule said this too, where this much has happened with so many season-ending injuries to key players. And then you've had some other key guys depart the team, all from the offense. I mean, they've just been decimated in terms of their playmakers and guys they expected to be factors.
Okay, now this is a loaded question. I fully understand that, but does it impact the way you evaluate Marcus Satterfield as a play caller, as an offensive coordinator?
I mean, I think a little bit. Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, because he doesn't have. How is it his fault that their two top running backs suffered knee injuries and the receivers are out right now? And there's a lot of things that have happened. You debate this, but the Jeff Sims ankle injury too. I mean, there's just been a lot of things they dealt with that I think even back in June or July you would not have anticipated happening. With that said, they've got a very manageable schedule, set up for them. I mean, they haven't had a schedule like this in a long, long time in the Big Ten Conference.
Sean, with that being said, the schedule, like you said, this next 6 games, there's no game that's unwinnable. They could lose them all, they could win them all. Any game is winnable. So would you be disappointed at this point in the season if Nebraska does not get to a bowl game, where they're at 3-3?
What we know today on October 11th, yes, it would be disappointing. Okay. But as you know, it changes every day with this thing, with this team and whatnot. But what we know right now on this show at 6:45 on October 11th. Yeah, it would feel disappointing, especially if they can go out and beat Northwestern here after the bye.
Beat Northwestern. What's your read on Northwestern right now? Have you looked at them at all?
Spot. I mean, with what happened in the offseason, and I mean, Howard almost beat them last week. So
yeah.
You would like to think, but again, I thought they should have beat them in Ireland last year too. That you go back to a year ago, and a much better Nebraska team with much more firepower lost to Northwestern in Ireland.
Sean, always good stuff. Thanks for the time. We'll chat with you again next week.
All right. Hey, thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Sean Callahan.
Bye week. Oh, not a bye week. No, not a bye week. It's not a bye week. It's an off week.
It's an off. Yeah, that's right. We talked about yesterday. The term bye week needs to go away. Off week.
I think you absolutely look at Satterfield's job differently now. I mean, he's just, it's like, I hate to say this, but it's like the evaluation's almost off to me. Like, what do? You just got to try to manage your way to, I suppose the defense could hold the remaining opponents in the regular season to an average of 17 points. I'm not saying every opponent's going to score 17 or fewer. I think Maryland score 28 or 35. But I also think you could hold maybe Northwestern to 10. Maybe you could hold, you might be able to hold Iowa to 3. But the situation's manageable because I think you don't have to manufacture a lot of points here.
No, there's no one that's going to just rack them up. How are we going to keep up?
Maybe Maryland.
Maybe. We'll wait and see when we get to them. A little more film on them. But Maryland's got a lot of ability. They have a lot of, but you never know how healthy they're going to be at that time. So there'll be some teams. There's no one on the, just look where they're at. There's no one on there that says, oh, wow, this is where you're at.
Now, Purdue's got some capability, right?
Yeah, Hudson Card does some things. Yeah,
they put 44
in Illinois.
They did.
But I think Illinois, everyone scores on Illinois.
Is Illinois going to win another game?
They might go 2-10.
No. I don't see how they do. I don't see who they would beat. I don't see who.
Are they going to be? They might be an underdog to Northwestern, possibly. Think about that.
It's really a rough. Think about where they were last year and what we're talking about right now. Illinois was. Some people are picking them to win the West.
It's a borderline miracle that they beat the two teams they have.
Right.
One for sure.
Toledo was a miracle.
I was watching the game. I'm like, oh my. They're going to lose. They're going to lose that. And a guy hits him right in the face. He chucks it up and he catches it for a 37 yard gain. They kick a field goal.
On fourth down.
On fourth down.
It's
like fourth and 15.
Yeah. Luke Altmaier hit Casey Washington somehow. He was
getting hit in the face during. He was about to get pummeled.
Fourth and long. Yeah. Anyway, Illinois' drop off has been startling.
Imagine if they are somehow, when they play Northwestern, an underdog. That's a team that won one game last year, had their coach let go from the program about a month before the season began, and you're a team that won 8 games last year. It's got to be stunning if they were an underdog or just frankly lost the game. But as of the way they look now, it would not be stunning because they look like crap. They look like crap.
So yeah,
6 games.
So Nebraska gets Northwestern and Purdue, and they're huge. They're huge games for Nebraska because if you can somehow get them both, then then you got one win to go to get to a bowl eligibility. Unbelievable.
It really is. When we come back, song of the day and the mailbag here on a Wednesday, an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's football season in Nebraska, and that means coaches are busy making game plans. I'm Eric Hagan with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. Liberty Law's relentless trial attorneys serve all of Nebraska. To learn more, visit libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in October. Try their pumpkin chai cream cheese, great with any bagel. Or have a pumpkin chocolate chip muffin. And of course, an apple pie dirty chai latte. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Plungers and store-bought chemicals can only go so far and can harm your drains. Call the professionals at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical to get your drains flowing. We won't only make sure the clog is taken care of, but we will ensure your drains are completely clean so the clog will not come back. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And Electrical.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
It's a bye weekend for Nebraska football, so roll out the barrel at Beer House this Saturday for Oktoberfest. Doors open at 11 a.m. with a ceremonial keg tapping at noon. Oktoberfest is a family-friendly celebration with live music, games, German foods, and German beers. There's a Stein holding contest at 2 and 6 p.m., other games throughout the day, and all the German sausages and pretzels you can fit in your lederhosen. Tickets are $5 in advance or $10 at the door. Purchase yours ahead of time at LincolnOktoberfest.com. This Saturday at Beer House in the Haymarket.
Yet another Nebraska winter is looming, and you know you're going to need tires on your vehicle. Don't fret. They are all on sale now during the October Spectacular event at Graham Tire Company. Buy 3 Kumho tires and get the 4th tire free with the purchase of an install package. Save big on Goodyear, Hankook, Nokian, and more. Big rebates on select Goodyear tires that will double when you use your Goodyear credit card. It's their biggest sale of the year, and it's happening now. GrahamTireLincoln.com, getting you to the places that matter most.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day, Lonely is the Night by Billy Squire. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day from 1981.
Ooh,
is your year.
Right on the cusp of the
Not
70s.
quite the 70s, but close.
I'm going to turn this over to Bill. I'm going to make this very snappy because that song never has done all that much for me. I don't dislike it.
You like The Stroke by Billy Squire?
Not really, no. I've never been a big Billy Squire guy, so I'm going to make this quick. The song's fine, though. It's a 5.77734. It's fine.
5.77.
Go ahead, Bill.
This is very emotional for me, this song. Because this is the song that I've always pictured myself playing. I picture myself coming on stage and playing this song.
This one is the night.
Yes, it's an incredible song. But the part that's disheartening is the best part of the song, Jake cuts out. The opening guitar riff is the absolute best part of the song.
It is very good.
That's what leads the whole song. And he cut it out.
I don't have unlimited time.
Right.
And
I know, but you cut out the lead part.
I thought about it.
Can you go back to it? Can you play it? Do you have it?
How's it go? Jake, can you recreate it?
It's a little guitar. It's incredible. Lonely is the Night. How it starts is the most incredible. It just grabs you.
I'm trying to think of how it starts.
If you're at a concert and all of a sudden, and that comes on, they play that. It's just jaw dropping.
I got to think about it.
Maybe Jake can find it since he left out the best part of the song.
I can't play it on the air right now, but I can play it
That's
afterwards.
fine. Yeah, play it afterwards.
Yes,
I did feel bad. I know
it's
exactly
the best.
what you're talking
It's the
about.
lead in that. It's what I would have went off my chair. I would have went off my chair. Instead, it was like really enjoyable.
Yeah, you like that song.
I like the song.
So
I
give
like
us,
the song
give us
a
what
lot.
it would have been and what it is then.
What's that? It would have been a 9-9. Instead, it's a 6-4-2.
Wow, it dropped threes.
Yeah.
It dropped a lot of
dropped off the map.
numbers there.
Yeah, the beginning is it's so epic.
Wish I could. I should be able to.
I couldn't
recreate
imagine.
it.
I couldn't imagine leaving that part of the song off.
I felt bad about it, to be fair. I'm being very honest about that. But I didn't have 2.5 minutes to play for the song because the thing is, you play that and then there's like a long pause, a long break before actually the song comes on, the words. And so I was like,
he's an artist. Jake's an artist. He's got to try to put it together. I understand.
I got a minute and a half to put this together, basically.
Billy Squire's
90 seconds of music, and the most of that was just
Billy Squire is
instrumental.
incredible.
Have you, Jake? Did you see him? He was at the Orpheum.
I did not go. I did not go to
a few years ago, and I think he wore gray sweatpants, which
champion.
Sort of fascinated me. But anyway, Billy Squire often voice wise compared to Robert Plant. Do you get that?
I was going to say I heard Led Zeppelin in that voice for sure.
You hear a little Led Zeppelin.
If Led Zeppelin played that song, that would not shock you.
It would not.
It would not shock you at all.
Robert Plant is the perfect comparison for him.
Yes.
It's exactly what he sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know where I read
Billy
that.
Squire in the Hall of Fame.
Rick Heyman, Billy Squire.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
guess
he had
no
this,
also.
he had this song, and what was the other song?
The Stroke.
Those two songs should get you in.
I don't know.
Those two songs should get you in.
I don't think he's in. I don't think he's in.
If Billy Idol isn't in, there's no way that he's in, because Billy Idol should be in.
Yeah, there's a lot of not ins. Then if you saw Billy Squire in there, you'd be like, okay, come on. What's
What are we
going
doing?
on? Yeah.
Some ratings before we get to the mailbag here.
Let me guess. I bet they're high.
Without seeing them all, I'm guessing they're all over the place. Is my guess. I've seen 3 right now. I got to scroll up here. Harper and Henley's dad, a 6. Notorious B.I.B., 8.2. Rick from Wahoo gives it a 9. Rod gives it a 7. Jennifer, 8. Hubby, 8.4 with the quote, nice.
Nice.
God,
Nice.
the household likes that song. That surprises me a little
Anthony in Kansas, 8.7655. David says 9.5. He says Kiss and Billy Squire was his very first concert he went to.
Oh, that'd be incredible. I was in the Kiss Army.
You were?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
I did.
Ace Frehley was my favorite.
I did not know that.
I was in the Kiss Army.
No idea you were there.
No idea you were
Kiss
there.
Army.
I was in the Kiss Army.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was the generation.
Here's the best thing about Kiss was that they were rocking it in the 70s. They just quit performing and selling out stadiums like a year ago. Just incredible. Full
like
makeup.
Do you have a favorite Kiss song, Bill? I'm putting you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Probably Want to Rock and Roll All Night.
That's the one I was going to say. Good job. Good job.
I go Detroit Rock City.
Detroit Rock
That's
City.
really
That
good.
song is so I tell you one thing, no, but when they go serious with Beth,
It's a little much.
Oh.
It's a little much, is what I'd say.
Beth is. Oh,
the song Beth is a little
it's
much.
not. It's incredible.
Oh God,
it's incredible. It's just
it can be when you're 13, but and no.
You're reading Tiger Beat magazine. You see the Tiger Beat.
What can I do? Get out of my house is what you can do.
It's incredible.
Here's a first-time texter, Joel in San Antonio.
San Antonio.
7.2.
The Alamo.
The Alamo.
That's
Right?
hey, wait a second. That's the first time?
I love San Antonio.
Yes.
Big fan of that. I've been there twice. I love it.
No, wait a second. That's that's the first timer?
That's the first timer. Joel in San Antonio, 7.2.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Got who in Columbus, Bill?
Bird.
A 6. That's high for Bird.
That's pretty good for Bird.
It's usually a 3 or a 2.
I couldn't imagine his ratings if he had the guitar riff to start it. I couldn't imagine it. You'd be posting 10s across the board.
Where's Corey?
Yeah,
he's here. You want to guess his score?
It's awesome. When we got Bird and Corey,
they're
it's
almost
a show.
back to back here.
Come on, it's a show. Corey gave that a high score. I'm gonna say 8.
Bill,
6.9.
2.
2.
Oh, good for Corey. Why?
His description, he tells you why. He says that trash that for some reason I've been subjected to my entire life. Corey.
Him and Bird just go back and forth. Hey, you make a bad one.
Yeah.
You do a bad.
Eric, 1.4. East Lincoln West says a line drive straight over the center field wall, 9.2.
Is that interesting? Corey juxtaposed against that. How people are different.
It told you all over the map.
Yeah.
Matt says a 4. Crawford, 5.5. Ryan in California, an 8.
Nice.
Where are you at in Cali, Ryan? Where's
California's
be
up early.
Specific here.
Bill has called me out for inflated scores, and he's right. I mean, if I was honest and didn't want to hurt Jake's feelings, I would have been in the 2 range. I always thought that song.
You can be honest with me all the time.
That's like it's my top 5 favorite songs. I picture myself playing it.
God, I
picture me walking out on stage and opening up, just like I just see it. Yeah.
See, now I sort of feel bad.
Milkman says, "I just played the song. Bill is right. The beginning is the best."
It is. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, good job.
Oh, it just grabs you. Yeah, it just grabs you. I can't imagine they're on stage and they play there are other songs that no one really cares about, and all of a sudden we're going like, let's do it. And then, can you imagine that just the energy? Because you're all there for the one song. So you've
imagined yourself doing that.
I've imagined myself being.
Let's do it.
Like, what are you going to play? What are you going to go? If I could do one song, that's the one song I want to be able to do.
Last one from Nyla.
I feel awful.
Nyla says, if I was honest with Jake, I would make him cry. I'm not sure what that means.
Oh.
Takes a lot to make me cry. So,
yeah,
I don't know what that means.
Nyla, what is that supposed to mean?
So I always pictured myself with Billy Squire. Okay. And then the song I would sing would be Summer Wind.
Summer Wind.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, and now you're going to have to help us with that one.
Summer Wind. Oh, talk about regal song.
Really?
Really?
I have to listen to that one.
Summer
It could be
Wind.
Song of the Day. I don't know
Summer
that
Wind.
Summer
by
Wind.
Sinatra.
Yes, incredible.
I don't know that song.
If you could sing a song, if you could walk in and sing that, it's incredible.
There is one more Squire song you would know for sure. We mentioned The Stroke. This one, Lonely This Night. Everybody Wants You.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
wants you. Oh, that's incredible, too.
The Strike 3. Strike 3. Those are bad songs.
No.
I'm with Corey on this.
How dare you?
Squire's incredible.
Don't take it personally. We just don't like the same.
I bet he's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
I bet he is.
He's not even in his hometown's Hall of Fame. Whatever that is.
If he was from Columbus, he'd be in Columbus.
No, he would not.
Yes, he would.
He's the guy in the front of the Hall of Fame. He's the first one in Columbus. If he was, he'd be the head honcho.
No.
Before the mailbag, legal ID. Hang on one second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the mailbag. Sponsored by Double Eagle Golf. Here we go with our NFL music. As always,
lock in, Bill.
Lock it in.
Here we go.
All right.
Lock in.
We have a question that I got to pull up right now. Okay, here we go. This is from John. John says, "Are you able to pick a favorite between the Munsters and the Addams Family, or do you appreciate both?" You guys watch any of those shows?
Yes, I did.
Yes, watch both.
Yeah.
Trying to think how. Yeah, that's a tough call.
It's a really good question.
I would say Addams Family. I'd probably go Addams Family, but that's a 51-49.
The big man was very likable.
Oh, yes.
He was.
Yes.
And his wife was very sweet.
Yes.
She was. They had a beautiful relationship.
They did.
They did. That's what I remember about the show, watching it and thinking, that's a nice marriage. It is.
That's a tight one.
I
yeah.
didn't watch, so I can't comment on that one. I didn't watch
It was
either,
a very good show.
Yeah.
It was.
I like
it
the
was
Addams
legit.
Family song, though.
Bill, I will tell you this, though. Bill pays closer attention to everything than me, and he certainly closer attention to Gilligan's Island and the Munsters and the Addams Family. I would watch them, Bill, but it wasn't like I got into it that much. I didn't.
I don't know the storylines probably quite as good with that. If I was watching the Addams Family, I wouldn't be like, I remember I see this 100 times. For Gilligan's Island, I'm like, I can tell you what's going to happen 10 seconds from now. I can tell you what's going to happen right now.
See, I can't.
I know exactly what's going to happen when Peter walks in the room on the Brady Bunch right now. I know it's going to go down. I know
Really?
this. Oh, I know this ends.
Bill's always prepared.
I know
I know this ends badly. Yes, I know exactly what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure I couldn't do that. That's what I mean. You're a little more dialed in on everything than me.
To Michael in the mailbag, he says, "Aloha, three-legged stool. We are halfway through the Huskers regular season. Many fans, including myself, on Twitter have half-baked ideas and opinions on improving or sustaining Nebraska football. What are the biggest things the common fan misunderstands about football?" Bill,
biggest thing they miss.
I think that's a question for Bill.
I agree.
I would say probably the biggest misunderstanding would be the amount of preparation that goes into the game. That would be the one. There's I remember people would ask like that, like, well, what do you do like on Sundays, or what do you do in the off season? I'm like, all time you're working on
for 15 hours.
You're trying to work to try to get 12 games down, figured out all of those, and then you see what? Then you see buffoonery. You think how hard it is like that to do, and then you see people that have been in the game forever make errors. You're like, how could that happen? And so, so there's just so many little things that go into it, so many little nuances for the success, and especially when you're talking about just the stuff you don't know, just what travel is like, just what this is like, all the little parts, what this part of practice is, how important this is. How do you get the 18 to 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds to focus on this and not close out the outside world and not take this stuff? And so it's all those things. It's just so overwhelming. I think that'd be the biggest thing that people don't understand.
I can't even tell you, Bill, how much I respect the game. I hate to say this because DP once said this to me. I don't even know if I classify myself as a huge sports fan, but football is fascinating to me because of what Bill said. Now, it did strike me at a pretty early age. Football is really complex.
Well,
and there's a lot that can go wrong.
There's so many people.
Yeah, so many people involved. There's so much going on all the time. And
if you watch,
my respect for that sport is enormous.
If you watch the skill set and the strain of soccer, men's and women, it's incredible. I enjoy soccer.
I do too.
But when you're watching, you're never like, what are they doing? Why'd they call that? What's their plan here? They got to do. When you're watching, you really don't have. When you're watching the NBA, how many times you're like going, what are they doing?
Nope.
I don't understand. They're running an offense I don't get. I don't understand what defense they're playing. No, you really don't have that.
Generally, unless it's just like a out of bounds play at the end where they botch it or something. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not like that. Football, it's like that every
If you
quarter.
come down to the last play of a game or something of that nature, let's just take the 4th and 16 at Notre Dame.
Okay.
There's about 9 to 11, whatever calls you can make defensively. If all of a sudden it's the last play of a college basketball game and they got 3 seconds to get it in, they're going to do this or this.
Right.
That's it. There's not like, well, what about this? What about if we do this? No. You make a decision on, are we going to put somebody on the ball, or are we going to play with 5 guys on 4 to defend? One of those types. There's little decisions. Yeah. It's not near as complicated with it. As far as, like you said, I'm watching into that game of the buffoonery game of Miami, and they make the decision. I'm going, hey, well, all of a sudden panic sets in. What do you do? Squib it out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Come on,
it's like that kind of stuff that can happen.
You're like the buffoonery game.
Yeah, that was the buffoonery.
We won't forget that anytime soon.
Right. No.
Last one before we get out of here. Top of the hour. Ron asked, what is the perfect pizza, the toppings on a perfect pizza?
Okay, I can do this. I would say it is pepperoni. It's a combination of pepperoni, Canadian bacon, and sausage.
Sausage, not sausage, but sausage.
I wouldn't trust. I want the meat lover combo, but I need bacon bits.
Boom. That's it. Bill has it. Bill
got need bacon bits on it.
Not a bad.
I don't like Canadian bacon.
I love Canadian bacon.
Bill could not have said that any better. Canadian bacon gone. Bacon bits. Meat lovers pizza.
No, I love Canadian.
Me and Bill could eat the same pizza.
Yes.
Yeah. I love Canadian bacon, so don't slap it out of my hand, please.
We'll get in
a fight.
We'll throw hands.
We will
throw hands.
We'll throw hands. Yes.
I used to text this Sipple that almost once a week. We're going to throw hands.
We're going to throw hands.
Let's bring that back.
I miss that.
Buffoonery.
That is the mailbag, sponsored by our friends at Double Eagle Golf. Leagues are going on now. It's going to get colder outside. Book your bays for the winter time.
What a place that is.
It's awesome. 5 different bays. They've got all sorts of drinks, food options now. Genetic Sports Complex, West O Street, Double Eagle Golf. Check them out, doubleeagle.golf, the website to book your tee time. Top of the hour next. Let's talk about fumbles and how to fix the problems next in early break in the ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Brian at Midwest Bank, and we've been proudly serving clients in the Lincoln community since 2008, and we're excited to open a second location in January 2024 at 70th and Pioneers Boulevard. Our new branch will provide all the convenient services you're looking for in a bank, along with the friendly staff we're known for. Whether you're starting a business or expanding your business, our team is here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com, member FDIC.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415, or online at ambitionelectric.com. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, of the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this. Happening right now at Coppel, you have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right. Happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at CoppelCars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with approved credit.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor at Just Days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers from bumper pole utility in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers.
So-
I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank, member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. And what does Steve Schindler have to offer today, Bill?
Yeah, what's going on in the bank today?
Well, they're bringing in the crispness of fall, the chili cook-off.
Oh, today?
Chili cook-off.
Chili cook-off.
Yes. So everyone is to have their entries in by 12:15.
Did you make yours?
What's that? I do not, because it's up in Creighton. It's a long drive.
Oh, you can make it there.
There's a chili cook-off at the bank?
What's that? Yeah, at the bank. They're having a chili cook-off. Yes.
Really?
They're going to
bring your pots?
They're going to have just basically there'll probably be 30 crock pots lined up.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
That's
30
a dream.
crock
That's
pots.
a dream,
lined up.
isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
dream.
And
This
so
is incredible.
Steve sets the whole thing up. Steve sets the whole thing
He
up.
does.
Yeah. So you can do that like that again.
And does he taste them?
Yes, he tastes all of them. Also, you still get your flu shot, which
Okay.
is really
It's
nice.
still
So you
available.
get,
It's nice.
Still get your flu
So you
shot.
still got people there administering flu shots
Absolutely.
with a chili cook-off.
The chili cook-off.
God, this is incredible.
It's the best bank in the world.
It's the best place in the world.
And they have and they'll have the bowls and all the spoons. They supply that.
They do.
They
You-
do.
You
They
just walk in and eat,
you
basically.
walk in and eat like that. So everyone get your entries in. Steve said these start showing up about 10-15 or so with their
And then
product.
When does the taste testing be commenced?
What's that? 12:44.
On the dot.
12:44
Don't
on
be
the
late.
dot.
Don't be early.
That's
It's
when they
on the
start
dot.
like that. Steve's the final judge and jury.
Is he?
He's the one.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, he should be.
Yes, he's the one. Will be the final.
He should be.
And there's someone in the bank. His name is Pork Chop.
Okay.
And Pork Chop will also be a judge.
And he'll help.
He'll help. Yes, Pork Chop will help.
And there's
assist
got to
with
be
it.
some clerical work. That
Some
has
clerical
to be
work.
done.
Yes. Just keep track of the scores.
Like scores and entrance.
Yeah, it's very critical too. I mean, everything's when you set up your crock pot, you cannot have anything on there that's yours, your name or anything. It's got to be anonymous.
Okay.
Because all of a sudden someone can be a little, oh yeah, I'm going to go for Peggy or something like that. No, we got to be
Sweet
true.
Peggy.
Yeah, we've got to be true to ourselves.
Hey, now hold. This is okay. I got all kinds of questions, but we can address them later. I wonder what
Midwest Bank. The
I
chili
wonder what
cook-off
Schindler's
today.
looking for. Like, does he like spicy?
That's
That's the question. Yeah, that you know what though?
Mm.
I think it's one of those things where sometimes you're not sure. All of a sudden, they go like, you know what? This just grabbed me.
Yeah.
This one grabbed me.
Yeah.
with what it is. So
God dang, chili cook-off. You can get a flu shot.
Have a cigarette.
He might be the busiest guy in the world, but the most fun guy also.
Schindler gets incredible things done.
It's only Wednesday. I mean, there's still two more days of fun.
2 more days of fun. So buckle up for that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Midwest Bank, member FDIC. By the way, also here in Lincoln in our studio, I see him behind us in the mill area. Bob and Kathy from Heavenly Waffles are about to serve up waffles 8 to 11 a.m.
Yes.
There's a lot going on.
If you need concrete, Magic's here.
Magic is here.
Yeah.
I saw
If
Magic.
if you are thinking about coming down to the ticket, today would be a good day.
It'd be a day.
The waffles
There's a lot going on.
Right now, I'd get in your car and start heading this way.
Seriously.
Yes.
Come check it
It's
out.
incredible.
Allison is serving coffee
At the mill.
at young Allison with Luke. So there's a lot going on. Come and say hi to Jake. Maybe
wait
give him
to you.
some suggestions for song of the day.
I'd write it down.
Bill
once
liked
in
it
a while.
though. Bill was a
No,
big
they didn't
fan.
like the part I played. They wanted the first part of it. He wanted the
He
open.
left out the best part of the song. That's truly the best part of the song.
I
That is
played
the
it for
truth.
you guys in the
But
break, at
yes,
least. You did
yes,
hear
yeah.
it today.
Imagine that one, leaving out the business like, yeah, give me a bacon cheeseburger, no bacon, no cheese.
Just the burger.
Yeah, that doesn't add up. You left the things off that matter.
I mean, Jake, you could have played it. It wasn't. It's
I could
interesting.
have. I didn't, though.
I mean, it grabs you.
And Rick Heyman on the text line said he always does that.
Yeah.
I always leave off. The
Thank
first
you,
part of the
Taking
song.
some shots.
Well, Rick wants me to
Heyman.
play 4 minutes of songs. I
Yeah.
can't play 4 minutes, Rick. It's
You're
not
fine.
allowed.
I just like to hear you get defensive. It's fine.
Well, you did right there.
Yeah.
It's all right. You botched it. It happens.
Now-
Now, what happens there? What else is-
Get to that rule sound on
Okay.
Anthony Grant. This is
Yes.
interesting, Jake. You don't hear a coach usually, be this frank about a situation with a player. But rules addressed it with Anthony Grant, so then he addressed it with us. It's interesting. Go ahead, hit it.
He's not okay with me.
He's not okay with me. Yeah.
I love Anthony, but you can't play for us if you can't control the ball. So Anthony, he's got to improve that. Not in the doghouse. People take things the wrong way. He's got a skill that is not showing up. It's very simple. To me, it's all technical. Football's never emotional for me. It's just technical. So I have to get that fixed for Anthony, and Anthony has to get that fixed for Anthony, or he can't play, because we can't. You can't fumble the ball in practice on Tuesday, then fumble it again in practice on Wednesday, then fumble it in 4 minutes on Saturday and think you're going to play the next week. So I think the bye week comes at a great time because Anthony can really work on that this week. He's got such great vision. He has all these things, but he has one skill that's preventing him from playing at the level I think he could play at. So, he's healthy, all those things, but I'm counting on Anthony, and I need him, and we need him to step up, and we need him to very simply cover the top of the ball and not run with the ball like this. And so I don't know what else to do other than to say what I just said. I said it to him, obviously, but say what I just said. So he hears it, because he's a really good player that could probably play for many years after this, but you're not playing for Bill Belichick if you fumble the ball. You're not playing for Mike Tomlin if you fumble the ball. So we need him this week to really make a step.
Okay, pretty stern comments there from Matt Rule on Anthony Grant.
Cover the top of the ball, Bill. What are we talking about here?
The terminology that's used forever in football is high and tight. And so high and tight, and it's generally, I would imagine when fumbles happen, I didn't evaluate Anthony's 2 fumbles. But generally, the ball gets away from your body. The ball gets away from your body. That's what allows the punch. If the ball's high and tight, which would be here, if it's across the top of the ball and high and tight, it's usually your points of pressure is what you talk about
Up on your chest.
And so like anytime that your elbow gets above your wrist, that's where the problem comes. Elbow above the wrist. So that's just high and tight basically covers everything for what you're trying to get said. But generally when fumbles happen, the ball gets outside. And generally like that. So when we were at LSU, we did an 8-year study on fumbles, on how they happen and what goes on with them. And it was just overwhelming. Like in the 80-something percentile, the first how fumbles happen is the original bam, the punch out. It's not the claw like the one you saw that happened where Georgia Tech clawed the ball out against Miami. That doesn't happen near as often as the one single punch. You saw one, the 49ers linebacker punched one out against the Cowboys. Just that initial punch is just, that's where the ball's at. But if you're high and tight to your body and you have those points of pressure, then the punch the ball can't go anywhere. So what once you get away from your body in any point like that, then you're going to have the issue.
It's not the guy who really carries it well, and Rule mentioned him, is Heinrich Haarberg. And it's very evident when you see him run the ball. He carries it high and tight.
Yeah.
It doesn't. What I would say is it doesn't look as cool. Like when I was at Glure Park in Columbus, I was carrying it with one hand because it was, or you're just carrying it out. It looks cooler.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look cool when you're carrying it up here.
Whoa. Don't do it like that.
Well, what's wrong?
Not like this. It's here. It's here.
Hit me.
Your elbow cannot be above your wrist. Yeah.
Okay.
It's high and tight.
High and
right
tight.
here. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Heinrich does a good job of that.
He always very high and tight.
Yeah. Harburg does a good job of that. But do you see running back? I mean, you see a lot of running backs carrying it pretty loose, don't you?
Well, they're obviously they're not. No one would be trained to do that, or no one would ever be said like it's okay, it's cool. No, that wouldn't be. Now there are sometimes it really wasn't. It wasn't heavily addressed because I mean, Bum Phillips never sat Earl Campbell down. He carried it with one hand a lot.
LaShawn McCoy also carried it with one hand all the time.
Did he?
With one
Shady.
hand.
Yeah.
He did.
And so that part right there is when the ball goes on the ground, it's like, ooh, that's a tough situation.
This is a big deal because Anthony Grant is by far their best running back. But I mean, he's by far their best running back. But so they got to get him. They got to get him square on this.
Here is more from Rule in terms of his thoughts in terms of what's the root of the problems for the fumbles from Anthony Grant. In his words.
I did the same thing in Illinois last year. It was a close game. The ball was ripped out. And to me, it's all technical. It's about covering the tip of the ball and keeping the ball high and tight. If you watch Heinrich run with the football, Coach Osborne came in yesterday. We watched some film with us, and he was just talking about how beautifully Heinrich carries the football. He carries exactly like we ask him to do. You watch Tommy Hill. He had that fumble again on the kickoff return, and Tommy Hill picks the ball off the other night, and there's a picture of him, we're going 5 points of ball security. It's a commitment to that. And so Anthony's been running with the ball one way his whole life, not protecting the front tip of the ball. And again, the ball getting out here, it's Division I football. You're not going to have a lot of runs where you start right and work back left. It just doesn't happen, especially in 4 minutes. So we've just got to continue to coach him, and we love him. We got to coach him. He's come so far in so many ways. His pass protection, his route running, catching the ball, things that we thought maybe he couldn't do, he can absolutely do. This is something that has to get corrected. At the same time, Josh Fleeks is ready to play. Emmett put the ball on the ground, which was just disappointing on the exchange. So there's obviously a cultural, and that's why I speak things in here sometimes when I want the locker room to hear it. Like you can't blame all the coaches. Like blame me, that's fine. But like at some point the players have to start saying it, and our players get that. That was what was great yesterday. I talked to our team and said, they wanted to play with a swagger. They wanted to play with energy. They wanted to be, coach, take the leash off us. I'm a little more old school. I said, okay, take the leash off you. Can't have 11 penalties though. Can't have the ball inside the 5 twice. And so I said, hey guys, how do we make this where we can play with a certain energy where we don't have these penalties? And Newsom said, well, we have to do it. And I was like, exactly. That's how you change what's happening. So I think it's the same thing with him technically, but at the same time, he's here from his teammates like, hey, bro, we need you to hold it this way every single time. So, I'm not going to do the old carry it around the class thing. It's not the program. We're not doing that. We're just going to trust him as a really good player that he can get it corrected.
Yeah, he's got to get corrected. Nebraska's been minus in turnovers every year since 2016.
So where are they at right now? Where are the numbers right now?
The minus 1.17. So they're in the hundreds nationally. They're minus 1.17. So it's not terrible. They're not forcing enough. They've only forced 6. So it's not just an offensive problem. They've only forced 6 turnovers. Do you believe me on that, Jake?
So that's more than -1 then.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Rule said yesterday.
Well, they had 4 in the first game. How many have against Colorado? 2 or 3? 3 fumbles?
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
So they're definitely, if they've only had 6 turnovers gained, they're definitely minus more than 1.
Okay. Well,
the whole number you're looking for is like not per game. The number you're looking for is what your plus minus.
Yeah.
And so that's all. That's what my question was asking.
Yeah.
So like
anyway,
with
they're
Jake saying,
minus.
This probably be they're minus.
They're -4, I would say, right?
I don't know.
On the season?
You can look it up.
Okay.
They're minus for sure. So anyway, they're minus. They've been minus 8 straight years. So they're trying to but you got time. I mean, you got time to reverse that. The last time they went to a bowl game, they were plus 2016. They played.
It's a big factor. It's a big factor.
Yeah. Music City Bowl, memorable.
Yeah, you were there. Josh Dobbs, the quarterback in that game. Now he's at Arizona.
And
Cardinals
Kamara.
lighting it up in Arizona.
And they had Kamara.
Alvin Kamara was in that game, yes.
Yeah, Tennessee. That was fun.
Blowout. But Nebraska was there, though. They were there. Riker Fife for Nebraska. Okay, regarding turnovers, Matt Rule was talking about the difference in learning from turnovers in a victory. Here is his comment on that yesterday.
That's a great question. I hadn't really thought about that. What I did tell the team was, at some point, it's going to have to stop. It's been 8 years of it here. Going back to the 9-4 year was the last year we had a plus turnover margin. So it's all these different voices saying it. And it's not, and we're talking about just the offense right now, but like the defense is only taking the ball away 6 times. They're like 11th in the Big Ten. So it's not like we're like doing, everyone kind of looks at the offense like, come on, guys. Well, we're supposed to be taking the ball away on defense. That game was trending in that direction, right? Like Quentin had the pick. Take away Heinrich's pick. I mean, to me, Heinrich's pick was like, hey, it was like, hey, we're going to take a shot down the sideline. If it's intercepted, it's a punt. Like, I mean, we don't want it to be intercepted. The fumbles in the red zone are ridiculous, right? Inside of 4 minutes. So, I challenged the team like, hey, we literally the day before walked through 4-minute offense. We spoke it into existence that we're going to have the lead. And quarterback, what are you going to do? I follow the ball. Offensive line, what do you do? We finish. Defense, running back, what do you do? I run to contact and get down. Like, it's coached, and it happened the day before. And then, as we said to the team, hey guys, who brought that up in the huddle when it was happening? And everyone said no. Like even Heinrich said, I didn't even think about we were in 4-minute offense, which it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds, but it's so. Those are teaching opportunities to me. Is it a little easier when you win? Probably. But it's still the same problems are still there that were there at Minnesota. The same issues are still there. So we've got to continue to clean them up. My point though is there are the same issues on special teams. They're the same issues on offense and on defense. Everybody has their issues. So as a team this week, we have to clean up some things so we can be better against Northwestern.
By the way, Nebraska, I just checked, -6 in turnovers right now.
I wonder
-6.
what that 1.1, it must be average
per game.
Average per game. Yeah, that's what that is. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, generally, when you hear the terminology of where you're at in numbers, it's just plus minus. It's like, hey, we're +3,
not average per game.
Not really. You don't hear that very often. No, you hear like I said, I'm 6, I'm whatever it is. So
yep.
Minus
that's tough to get when you're if you're -6 now to get back to even. That's a hard one. That you have to because you have to go couple games, 2 or 3 games without a turnover probably.
Yeah.
But it's all doable. It's all doable.
Yeah, and sometimes when you force them, they come in bunches too.
Yeah.
They haven't really come in bunches yet for Nebraska's defense. That's one thing that they can do better at. And don't play Michigan anymore.
that would help.
Yeah,
probably greatly there.
Yeah, Michigan.
That would help.
Is Michigan the best team in the Big Ten now?
You have hard to argue against it.
Very boy, they're coming though. The games are coming though. The big ones are coming.
Really big.
They've looked incredible the last 2 games. Not just good, but incredible. Their last 2 games.
I want you just to flip this thing sometimes like that. And this is just for the Husker fans. Sometimes it's always like, man, our schedule's brutal. Best imagine being Indiana or Rutgers.
Yeah.
Or Maryland. You're a good Maryland team. This is a very good Maryland team.
It is.
Very good Maryland team. Guess who they have to play? Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State.
It could always be worse. It could always be worse.
So there's no one more excited about this change of no divisions than Maryland, Indiana, Rutgers.
Yeah.
Those 3 teams, like we do not have those. Now they're gonna have tough games. Because everyone's gonna have tough games, but they don't have that beast every single year.
They're beasts too.
Yeah, they are right now.
They're beasts
right now.
When we come back, Bills Thrills Wild Card Wednesday next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln, and with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily, and not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow, what about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check.
Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and man, of the October incentives get better. You won't want to miss this happening right now at Koppel. You have 0% financing or $6,500 off MSRP on select new half-ton crew cab pickups. Yes, you heard right, happening right now until the end of the month. 0% financing or $6,500 off sticker price. Those incentives are the best we've seen this entire year. Hurry on in while supplies last. Just take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All offers include trade-in bonus and with roof credit.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Career Days will provide you with a hands-on experience as you learn alongside SCC faculty and students and industry partners. Explore careers in healthcare, construction, ag, automotive, manufacturing, engineering, power sports, transportation, or technology. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Plungers and store-bought chemicals can only go so far and can harm your drains. Call the professionals at John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical to get your drains flowing. We won't only make sure the clog is taken care of, but we will ensure your drains are completely clean so the clog will not come back. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And Electrical.
When you think of places with tons of great beer selections and amazing food menu in Omaha, the conversation should start and end with Busch Beer Garden in Benson. With more than 30 beers on tap, including several German options, you're sure to find something you like. And don't forget their Nashville hot chicken sandwich or any of their delicious hamburgers. Start off with the warm house-made pretzels and you're on to a great day at Busch Beer Garden in the heart of Benson in Omaha.
Something spooktacular is happening at Bonsall Pool and Spa. From now until October 14th, visit the Bonsall Spooktacular sale to take advantage of this great cash and carry offer. $400 off all in-stock free-flow spas. Also, customers can take 10% off spa chemical and spa cover orders. Stop by today at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to take home your free flow spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, also online at bonsallpool.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, come on by Heavenly Waffles, serving from 8 to 11 a.m. Bob and Kathy are here. The stuff is delicious, so Come on
cooking.
by. It's wonderful. Get
They're-
some milk coffee. It's excellent also.
They're literally cooking waffles.
They are. They are. And by the way, this weekend, if you have nothing to do on the bye weekend, stop by Haymarket Park for SIP Nebraska from 11 to 9, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. They've got wineries, breweries, and distilleries from all across the state at Haymarket Park, from as far away as Scotts Bluff,
Jiminy,
and everywhere in between. Tickets $65 a person, unlimited samples all day long. BlurEvents.com to get your tickets for SIP Nebraska this
Nice.
Saturday at Haymarket.
You should have
Park.
been like the spokesperson.
Yeah, I'm sure that's who they
know.
want.
Yeah, they would.
No, they wouldn't, because I
Steve
don't
Sipple
drink
for
wine.
SIP Nebraska.
You'd like to see with a nice Cabernet.
No, I've told Jake before, I'm not sure I've ever had, well, I know I haven't had white wine, and I think I've had one in my lifetime. Never had it.
You wouldn't like it.
And I think I've had one sip of wine.
And Bill does not like wine.
There's been
either.
numerous times I'm like, I've told my wife, pour me a glass of wine. I drink maybe one sip. I go, here,
You can have the
just
rest.
take it.
Yeah,
So I don't
just
think
take
I'd be the best spokesperson is what I'm saying.
You like beer though, and
Yeah.
there's some margaritas around there.
Yeah.
with
margarita.
the distilleries, they provide their own
Mine
mix
beer.
here.
Yeah, no, Jake, I'm not a huge beer fan,
but
I like Coors Light.
It's good. It's a good thing though. SIP Nebraska, Blur.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yeah,
Check it out.
I hope the weather cooperates.
It's gonna be a little chilly, but bring a jacket.
Yeah,
wear some pants. Be good
Yeah,
to-
wear pants.
be good to go.
Wear pants.
Please.
Wear
Please
pants.
wear pants this weekend. All right. Without further ado, it is
Yeah,
time
I'm wearing underwear
for a Wednesday edition of Bill's Thrills. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is this
we
gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
All right. Again, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs of Lincoln. Wild Card Wednesday. Bill, the floor is yours.
Okay, for
Lock
Wild Card
in.
Wednesday, I went backwards a little bit.
Well,
I went backwards on some things
Who
here,
could have
and I
thought?
decided to go. We're not going better times here. We're going football again.
Oh, football. I
We're
like
gonna
that.
talk- and
Yeah,
it ties in with the mailbag. How we talked about it's a lot. It's a lot of things going on.
Okay.
So I thought I'd help out here with this one. Let's talk about the Precise Press Box Pros. It's a lot. This is like an all access pass to the press box.
This
So
is
a couple of, there's
beautiful.
two different things we're going to talk about. One thing is, first of all, just offense, defense, professionalism. There is times in the press box that all of a sudden, I've been on both sides before, where one side's not doing well, one side's rolling. You don't ever look over. Like, I never look over at Steve Ensminger at LSU and be like, what are you doing? You guys score? There any chance you can run the ball? What are we doing over there? So there's just, because there's complete professionalism in the box. Now, I've seen some buffoonery.
I've heard some.
Well, there's been buffoonery between staffs and like offense, defense on what's going on and different things and who's playing. I've seen a lot, but the great ones I've been on, and it's just like it is just like a machine how it operates and what's going on. But here is one I'm going to talk to you about. Okay, there's a ridiculous fun at times up there. Also, the mother of all mothers on defense is the personnel guy, the guy who's going to call out who's in the game for the offense. It's so, and it should just be one guy. I talked to someone at a school the other day. He was on our staff last year at Nebraska. He's at a different school now. I go, what are you doing? He goes, it's miserable. He goes, I got personnel and I have this and I have this. I go, what are you talking about? The personnel guy is the only guy because he has to call out and let the defensive coordinator know, hey, is it 11, 12, 21, 22, two backs, two tight ends, 20? That means no tight ends, 0-0. That's all wide receivers in the game. You have to know all this stuff, but it gets really hard and there's meltdowns. So a story. We're at Iowa. We're playing Iowa. And all of a sudden, we're like that. And we call out like that. They're like 11 personnel. So we're in nickel. All of a sudden, look out there. I'm on the sideline. I go, excuse me, real quick up there, G. Cox. Can you help me out with something there? What did you call 99, the defensive lineman that's 6'5", 310 pounds that's in it now playing line of a tight end? Kind of just crickets. I go, did you count him as a wideout? I did. I go, let's keep the 6'5", 320-pounder that's in number 99. Let's count him as a tight end from now on because they're in 12 personnel is what they're in, and we're in the wrong defense. So So it's like
crickets. I love the crickets.
It's like, is there any? The best part would be the best part is Garrett Cox is awesome. He's like, I go, can we make that change, G? Yes, we'll make that adjustment. But it's mayhem. And so like it was so bad. Like it was so bad at LSU because I was in the press box. So I was probably, like I said, I was like a 59-41 guy as far as 59% in the press box, 41% on the field through my career. But you're up there, and right away they start asking. So Rand is asking, Ozeron is asking. They're on the sideline. What are they? What do you think? What's it look like? I'm like, there's 40 guys. There are 40 guys in the huddle. I have no idea who's coming out of the huddle, with them. And I wasn't even the personnel guy, but I try to help them as they come out. I try to point out sometimes what was going on. It would just be a complete, like, what is it? What is it? All of a sudden you're holding, you're waiting, you're trying to make the determination. Like there's 14 guys on the field, and all of a sudden, like the coordinator says, and I've done it myself before, I got to have it faster. Then the head coach yells, "What are we doing up there? Get it out fast!" And it's just complete.
That would get old
mayhem on the sidelines. And then usually when you say something like that, when they say it wrong, then it's just crickets. You hear nothing from upstairs, and they're all just looking at each other like, "We screwed that one up. We didn't give them the right information." And it's almost impossible to have it done. But it was fun to do. The next thing is practice pros.
Sounds fun, by the way.
Practice pros. Never alert the head coach. Be cool at all times. So we had a story. So it's one of my first spring practices at LSU. And Coach McMahon, who was the special teams coordinator for the Saints when they won the Super Bowl. Now he's our special teams coordinator at LSU. Awesome dude. So I'm like his number 2. So he has an analyst, has this stuff. And so he goes, "Bill, when we go to scout, we go to do this section, you're going to run the kickoff return team. You've got the return, and I'm going to have a card for you. We already met on all the stuff, how it's going to go down. Here's the guys who are going to come to you. My analyst is going to do this, all this stuff. Boom. Boom, whistle blows, we go to it, and trust me, you're on the hop. Everything's going. You're like this." And I look over, and the kickers aren't in there where they're supposed to. So Coach McMahon is like not happy with his analyst and how it is. I don't have the card. So I look over to him very calmly. I'm like, "The card? You have the card that you're supposed to be handed to?" And his face is like his face is just exploding. I'm giving the other card. But again, make no motions, make no anything like that. Don't alert the head coach. Don't do, "Hey, I don't have the card. I need a card. Where's the card at? I have no idea. It's not on me, coach. Not on me." Then because this is all going back to that coach. So you know how to protect other coaches on the field, man.
Right.
Be cool.
Yeah.
If nothing else, take the heat yourself. Don't ever put it back on someone else.
Where was the damn card?
Where was the card? Afterwards, Mac was like, we're in the shower. We're going to get ready to get in the locker room afterwards. And he's just like, "Thank you." So you want to be cool.
Yeah.
On the field. Never just be like, looking like, "I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea." And never alert the head coach unless it absolutely has to be alerted on what's going on and why something's screwed up. Like, where's the if I saw
I can't see, I can see it.
That's priceless.
If I saw Coach McMahon right now, if I gave him that, where he'd remember, he'd be like, "Yeah, I know, I remember it." But you just have to be cool in practice. You have to be able to be cool. But the press box fun. It was, the mayhem that goes on up there. And then it's also like, it's almost like, it's like you're an air traffic controller when you're really good.
Yeah.
There Nothing else. It's like, "Oh man, he missed a cut. Oh, he's got to do this." It's like, no, it's just, my deal was down in distance and hash. I got second, third, right, whatever hash they're on. And then they'd give the personnel stay the same. Now, personnel doesn't change a lot now. They used to run them all the time in and out like crazy. Now people if they want to play with tempo, they can't change personnel. Then they hold it. That makes it a lot easier for you. But back in the day, a lot of time what they would do is they would run like guys on the field, off the field. They've really held back on that now, rule-wise, of what you can and can't do. There'd be guys they would run 13 on the field, and about 12 yards on the field, they'd peel back and come backwards off the field. That's all been eliminated now.
And that was designed to dupe you.
To dupe, 100% to dupe.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's when you get those teams, when you were in charge of like the personnel, you spent all your time watching TV copies, watching the personnel, who's in and out, and then during the warm-ups, you spent all your time watching the other team. Just look, okay, there they are. There's 86. There's 84. There's this. Okay, so and so's out. I don't see number 19 here. He's part of the problem. What you're going to do. So all those little different things are all going on at that time.
It's a lot.
So a lot of things going on.
There's a lot
of things in the preparation, a lot of things in practice, whatever you're going to do. Because the worst thing can have happen too is that, which I've seen happen before, where all of a sudden we break into separate drills And so, like myself, when I was at special teams, where everything's got broken up, it was remarkable. Like Barrett Ruud was just gold on his part. Whatever the coach, all the assistant coaches were, as far as like, here's your task, here's your job, here's how it's taught, and then you turn the film on, it was exactly what it was. Sometimes you go back, you turn the film on, you're like, that dude didn't run the drill right. He did not. We were all separated, and he knew we had to run this. He doesn't have this foot on the line, or this part of it right there. Then you've lost that whole thing. Then you're terrified. You're just terrified. Like where the head coach sees this, that the drill was not what it was supposed to be.
God.
And so so you want to make sure you have to coach the coaches, get all the stuff down, have the expectations. And but I said I've worked with nothing but great ones in this last year at Nebraska. They were phenomenal at having their drill work done of what they had to have happen. You turn the film on, it's like, wow, that's really good. That's really good stuff.
It's a lot. See, what you just went through is just that's
beautiful.
why I love football.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
And that's I think probably why Jake likes football. But you're getting a better understanding of how complex it is.
Right.
Nobody will ever when anybody ever says to me, come on, Sip, it's a simple game. No, it's not. It's not a simple game. I don't it's not. It's a complex game. That's what makes it beautiful.
I always love that one. Keep it simple.
Yeah,
I'd love to.
What does that mean?
I'd love to play one coverage. I'd love to do that. I'd love to have 4 dudes up front that are so good they get pressure every time. I'd love that. It'd be awesome. That would be my idea of fun.
Yeah, keep it simple on offense.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. What do you guys do? Well, if we line up in this, we always run this. That'll go well for you. That'll go well. If you line up like this, that's what we are running every single time. No, that doesn't.
That was a wonderful edition of
That
Bill's
was.
Thrills.
That was
Football
incredible.
Facts again on a Wednesday, Wildcard Wednesday, sponsored by Mid Plains Advisors, Dirk Scott, and Ty, your contacts for all your financial needs, the ATMs of Lincoln. Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. I think you guys will like this Wildcard Wednesday topic. It is for sure.
I'm excited about it.
A first time ever doing this type of topic, and it's for a reason. Today is October 11th, 10/11. We've got 10/11 news in Lincoln, Nebraska, and across the state. So how about for Wednesday, famous news broadcasters?
I'll be done.
Nebraska?
No.
Just everywhere.
World.
Okay. All right. We'll give it a shot.
You guys will. I think you guys will love this. How about that?
Yeah, I like this.
Because of our friend Kevin Suits, the team at 10/11 News. Shout out Kevin.
Mel
He's a
Maines.
breaker.
Yeah. Hey,
Mel Maines.
Deb Collins.
Deb Collins.
Yes.
Hello.
John Vanderford.
Yeah.
A lot of guys here.
A lot of ones.
A lot of ladies too.
Hey, Jake. That's a great
Famous national news broadcasters. 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Takedown Sip and Trivia again. Wildcard Wednesday because it's 10/11 day. 10/11 news. Famous news broadcasters from all time.
Love it.
Thought you would like that. That's pretty topical.
You are
creative.
You have a creative mind, Jake.
I try sometimes. Yeah. Okay, we've got Alex. Alex, how do you feel about famous national news broadcasters all time?
Well, I think Sipple's not on this list, right?
It could be.
No, I'm not a news broadcaster. No, I'm not on the list.
He could be. You never know.
I don't think I would have been very good at that. All right, let's go.
Simple. That lady's staring at you.
Yeah,
she's staring right at you. Look at her. She's messing. I'm going to point to it.
All right.
She was staring right. That was freaky.
All right. First question goes to you, Alex, and then Bill's lifeline for Sip for one question if he needs it.
Just one, right?
One time. All right, Alex. First question: what broadcaster was the anchor for CBS Evening News from 1962 to 1981 and was known as the most trusted man in America in the 60s and 70s?
Walter Cronkite.
Brilliant.
Walter Cronkite is correct.
We have a strong adversary here in Alex. He's
Alex?
good. He's good.
All right, Sip, back to you. First question, down 1-0. What broadcaster worked for NBC and ABC in a career lasting from 1943 to 1997, co-hosting a nightly news report from 1956 to 70 alongside Chet Huntley?
Ooh.
He was with NBC and ABC. Worked from 1943 to 97 and co-hosted a nightly news report from 1956 to 1970 alongside Chet Huntley.
If you don't got it, I got to guess.
I don't have it.
Charles Kuralt.
Do you want this question or not, Alex? You don't have to take it.
I'm going to let it go.
Okay, that'd be David Brinkley.
Ooh, didn't know that. Didn't
Have
know
you heard that name?
Brinkley, oh, yeah, I know
Yeah,
the
I've
name.
heard the
You
name.
know the name.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard the name for sure.
All right, this is for the win. Last question, Alex. What broadcaster was a Canadian-American journalist who served as the sole anchor of ABC World News Tonight from 1983 until his death of lung cancer in 2005?
Peter Jennings.
Brilliant! He's the best around.
We walked into a heater there.
Yeah, Peter Jennings is
we walked
the correct
in,
answer.
we walked into a heater on that.
Alex was prepared.
It's
He was
almost
ready.
like he made up the questions.
He did not, though.
No,
but
that
he
was
won
good.
today.
Nice
So
job by
congrats.
Alex.
We get
Yeah.
your bagels. Thanks for calling in and calling down the road, Alex. Nice win today.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
Nice job.
There you go, Alex.
He did. That was
He's
incredible.
really good.
You want the
Yeah.
last question or not?
Sure.
We'll do a
Yeah.
tiebreaker for sure after this.
Yeah,
But okay,
sure.
Sip, last question. What British-born American broadcaster was the anchor of Nightline from the program's inception in 1980 through 2005?
That's got to be Dan Rather.
Trying.
I can see him right in front of me.
Can you?
I can see him. I really can.
Mike Wallace?
No.
Morally safer.
No. Ted Koppel.
Ted Koppel.
Ted Koppel. They're all
Yeah.
the same guy to me.
Yeah.
Ted Koppel.
Okay, Bill.
British born.
This is for you. Yeah, British-born American. This is for you, Bill. Tiebreaker. How old was Walter Cronkite when he passed away in 2009?
87.
Older.
92. Not a bad guess. 92
good
years
guess.
old though, for
It's a
Walter
good guess.
Cronkite. So
You're
there we
within
go.
5. You're
Cronkite looked like he was the same age for like 35 years.
good. He
Looked
did.
Looked the same
I think
exact
that's a
age.
compliment in
It
a
is.
way.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, in a way.
It's like when he was younger, he looked old, but when he was old, he still looked young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was for you, Kevin Suits, and the team at 1011 News. Broadcasters today, the theme
Nice.
of Shut Up Sipple.
Yeah. Jake, that was really good.
And we got
10,
two right.
11.
You, you guys would have had Peter Jennings, right?
Remember one time we
No.
discussed, like
Okay.
my first week on the show, we discussed maybe doing a live remote from outside of 1011.
I'd throw him for a loop.
What's going on?
What's going on
Throw him
out
for a
there?
loop.
The radio station is doing a live remote from a TV station. What are we doing here?
What's happening? Congrats again to
We
Alex.
could do
He
it
wins
Channel 8
bagels.
too.
Yes.
Is it 14 and 12, Josh? Is that the record? Can you
No,
give me
we've
an
got
update?
15 wins, Jake.
We had 15. I know we have 15.
He's going to give me an update here in a second.
I know we have 15.
You think it's 15 and 12, or is it 15 and 13? Let's see.
15 and
15
12.
and 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're still above 500. You're still above
We're
500.
basically right there with the head coach at Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, you and Rick
Stockstill.
Stockstill.
Yeah,
You guys are the same person.
two wins above the line.
He's got his job. We got ours.
Yes. We all have our own problems. We'll have our own stuff.
Jake, that was really good.
Thank you. I hope they appreciate that at 1011 News today. Mel
Today-
Baines.
Today's Wednesday. Any
Hey,
big
and
plans?
don't forget Ken Shimmick, of course. Great Ken Shimmick
Yeah,
forever.
the great Ken
1011
Shimmick.
News.
Wow. He's regal.
Yes.
That guy
He's
is he is
regal.
the man.
He's regal.
He is the man.
Yeah.
The spillover is next on an earlier break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies for most of the day. There's a chance of showers and storms later in the day. Otherwise, we'll see a high of around 78. Tonight, we'll see a chance of showers and storms below around 60. And tomorrow, showers and storms are likely, some of which could be severe in the afternoon. We'll see a high around 77. Meteorologist Kyle Cluck from 93.7 Ticket and TicketFM.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street. Yet another Nebraska winter is looming, and you know you're going to need tires on your vehicle. Don't fret, they are all on sale now during the October Spectacular event at Graham Tire Company. Buy 3 Kumho tires and get the 4th tire free with the purchase of an install package. Save big on Goodyear, Hankook, Nokian, and more. Big rebates on select Goodyear tires that will double when you use your Goodyear credit card. It's their biggest sale of the year, and it's happening now. GrahamTireLincoln.com, getting you to the places that matter most.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln. And with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily. And not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow. What about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. It's a bye weekend for Nebraska football, so roll out the barrel at Beer House this Saturday for Oktoberfest. Doors open at 11 a.m. with a ceremonial keg tapping at noon. Oktoberfest is a family-friendly celebration with live music, games, German foods, and German beers. There's a Stein holding contest at 2 and 6 p.m., other games throughout the day, and all the German sausages and pretzels you can fit in your lederhosen. Tickets are $5 in advance or $10 at the door. Purchase yours ahead of time at LincolnOktoberfest.com. This Saturday at Beer House in the Haymarket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. This week, they're having a one-day sale on Friday, October 13th. For Friday only, enjoy USDA Choice Boneless Rump Roast for just $3.99 per pound. Limit 10 pounds. All natural St. Louis-style spare ribs for $1.99 per pound, plus more in-store specials. That's all this Friday for the one-day sale at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, it is time for the spillover. Bill had to step out, but Raph and AD are here, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetic. And gentlemen, we've been spoiled once again on a Wednesday morning. Bob and the crew at Heavenly Waffles, Bob and Kathy, provided us just a delightful breakfast. You can have it yourself. You come by 8 to 11, and they're open now. They're serving now. Come buy your waffles. They are worth every penny you would pay for them.
Yeah, this is not like a waffle out of the toaster.
No,
I mean,
no.
You know what I'm saying?
It's truly a heavenly waffle.
Well, it's like a meal.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Because-
how would you describe this, AD?
You know, it's almost like this caught me off guard. This caught me off guard with, chili on top of a waffle.
Chili, sausage.
Why do you call it sausage?
Then what other kind of meat are we talking about? Beef.
There's some beef on there.
Raph.
Yeah. Well,
he said it had it
Raph
for 11 hours. It was, what do you call it?
Braised.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
We're not cooks. He is.
No,
Bob's
yeah,
the cook.
Yeah, Bob's the cook. He's like, you guys are just dumb. Let me describe it myself, basically, is what he's saying at this point.
You know another way? It reminds me of like a cinnamon roll with chili.
Kind of does.
Because of the sweet.
Yeah.
Kind of does. It kind of does, but more elaborate than that.
Yeah.
It comes down to that. There's some corn in there, there's some black beans, there's some good cheese. And the thing about his waffles are, again, they just don't come out of a toaster. I mean, they're heavenly waffles. They're light, flaky. I just had a great breakfast. That's all I'm going to say. I just had a great
I don't know if you can have a better breakfast than this right here.
And
On a
I'm
Wednesday.
full of admiration for Raph because he's not just horsing his like a coyote.
I'm cherishing.
Yeah, you're cherishing.
Cherish.
AD's horse.
I just
You
completely
went
demolished
coyote.
mine. Yeah.
So did I.
I went sip mode in that thing. I don't think that Sip ever tastes his food, really. It just
No, I
kind of
hammer it.
inhaled and
Yeah,
it goes.
I'm one of those people.
It just goes.
Yeah.
It just happens like that. So again, come on by 8 to 11 a.m. Heavenly Waffles. Bob is here. Kathy's here. They've got incredible waffles. You can have some for your own and take away. You can take home some pouches. You can make some at your house also.
Yeah,
They're selling pouches.
I'd almost dare people to do it. I mean, I know you hear waffle, you think standard. No, it's not standard.
Not at all.
Nope.
No, this is a real meal.
This is not standard. It's incredible. So come on by. Heavenly Waffles will be here till 11 o'clock here at 1040 O Street, 11th and O, the northwest corner.
Go ahead,
Sip,
Eddie.
did you get to JJ's Fish and Chicken?
I did not. I saw it.
Champagne.
Hey, I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I laid eyes on it. No, we went to Portillo's.
Good
Are you
food,
okay
though?
with that?
Portillo's.
Oh, yeah. I haven't tried it there, but it's pretty good.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a chain.
Yeah, Portillo's is big in Chicago.
Yeah, good job, Jake.
I've been to Portillo's. You can get a hat there, like a little.
I didn't know that, but I didn't know about the hat. I didn't get a hat.
You can get hot dogs there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Portillo's is a Chicago staple, not really a champagne staple, but a Chicago staple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got a beef sandwich. It was fine. I did, I
Yeah,
didn't.
Portillo's is okay.
I didn't go to Champagne to seek out fine cuisine.
Well, AD gave
you
gave you some cuisine cuisine options.
He did,
time.
and it's no disrespect.
And you saw it, and you said, "I'm going
well, I
here
was with
instead."
other people. I was with other people, and you know how it is schedule wise. It's not a pleasure trip. I was there for work,
right?
Business.
Yeah.
Sip, I know you probably talked about it yesterday. What was the environment like in Champaign?
It's not much of an environment. It's not terrible. You're the Big Ten game, so the tailgating is fine. But there's not much excitement there right now for that team.
Yeah.
And
cold night
is a cold, blustery day. So you knew it wasn't going to be a great atmosphere because the day was a gray, blustery day. It started raining about 5 o'clock, right when people are probably thinking, are we going to go to the game?
Right.
Or not? It's, it started raining. It was blowing hard. That program, the AD there has challenges to whip up interest. And now there's not much to be interested in.
Well, he's got challenges, but he's also before this year. I mean, think about basketball's been good under Brett Underwood. Football had a good year, 8 wins last year under Brett Bielema. Like there was reasons for interest and optimism.
Sure.
And that's why when we talked on Monday about this game, it was incredible to see the lack of interest from Brett Bielema coaching the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the way he reacted on the sideline.
I know, but that also kind of goes with the interest of the crowd, too. I mean, they can see a program that just doesn't seem interested this year. They can sense that. Yeah. They can sense that. And they thought they could have a chance in the West this year. And understandably so. It's a bad West. They should have felt that way. Yeah. But it's just they look completely lost. And like Bill said, just a lack of interest.
Yeah.
By the head coach.
The head coach is stoic. He's stoic.
There's times to be stoic and times to maybe, even if you're stoic, to break out of that.
Yeah. And I didn't see it because I'm in the press box.
When your punter on his own goal line is attempting to look like fake a punt or go a longer version of a rugby punt and is blocked by a shin of a defender.
Yeah.
And you're saying he didn't react to that.
He just seriously stood there.
Yeah, there wasn't much I will say that, Jake, there wasn't. I thought he'd be more animated.
There's nothing. He didn't show anything the whole game.
And there was a lot of animation.
He didn't talk to anybody. He didn't make any faces. He didn't yell. He was just standing there.
And I'll say this in his defense. We don't always catch all of it either. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there can be expressions we don't always catch. But the one that they did show pretty prominent is when we stopped them on the goal line.
Okay.
He didn't show a lot of emotion on that one. He may went nuts someplace else, but it didn't show. So to your point, Jake, I don't think we catch it all, but at least we catch some.
So usually the camera people, they're smart. They've done this a long time. They try to pan to a coach or a player after a big moment and see what the reaction is. So they went to him at times. There should have been a reaction of sorts.
Wasn't a lot.
It wasn't like, hey, Nebraska got the ball. Here's Bielema doing nothing. No, this was a time where, hey, usually a coach should get fired up, take his headset off, yell at somebody, get pissed.
You didn't see a lot.
And he hasn't. Now, I did watch the Toledo game, and I got to tell you, Jake, I was struck. He was like that against Toledo, too. I just thought maybe that's his style.
He used to get after a lot last year, though. There were times you would see him last year, and he'd get after it. I think, too, though, I mean, you think about how many people he's lost, as far as particularly on the defensive side of the ball. Heck, his one cornerback plays for the Seahawks. It's all lights
They lost
out.
all their
Witherspoon.
Yeah, Witherspoon is a
he had
beast,
a pick six against the Giants 2 weeks ago.
He lost his entire secondary.
Yeah, he lost quite a few. So I don't know, but yeah, it definitely didn't seem like much of a game with a lot of energy. That's for sure.
No,
you're a Illini fan.
So I thought Nebraska did a good job of what they said they needed to do, which is create energy. Out of the gate, you thought, okay, they're in trouble. It doesn't look like they have any energy, in that first drive, and they got the stop. That was huge. And I thought it was gigantic that they came back and went down the field and kicked a field goal, right? That they got a field goal right after.
Yeah.
And Heinrich completed that 38-yard pass to Marcus Washington. That was big. Rule has talked about that. Nebraska did a good job of creating its own energy. And a lot of it I think it stemmed from the fourth down stop at the goal line. And that was Van Poppel, by the way. Jake, I've watched that play over and over, and it was credited to Ty Robinson, the tackle on 4th and 1.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It was credited to Robinson, but you guys need to help me with this. I watched it over and over. It looks like Van Poppel was the first to the.
I think he was.
Was it, Ref?
Yeah, it was.
I thought when the play happened, he scored. And then they watched the replay. He was definitely short. Like I thought, okay, he's in. That sucks.
How about Van Poppel, by the way? Van Poppel's a true freshman. He comes in a heavy set. That he's not in there all the time, but he comes in a heavy set, and he makes that stop.
Yeah,
that's not an easy play at all.
No, I thought that set the tone for us for the rest of the game.
100.
Because even if you bend, just don't break.
Right.
And they kind of played that way throughout the night.
A little bit.
Turnovers, etc. But that was a heck of a play by Van Poppel, though, for sure.
Well, and then 2 plays later, you have the big pass to Washington to get out of the shadow of the goal line. Okay, now we're free. I mean, they scored a field goal that drive, so that was big.
A little bit.
By the way, from the text line regarding Brett Bielema, Notorious B.I.B. says he looks like he was more concerned about if there'd be gravy with dinner that night than the actual football game.
We took a shot. There was the shot. There it was.
Someone else says, I think he has to watch for his blood pressure so he can't get mad in the games.
There it is.
Come on, guys.
Come on.
Oh,
maybe he's just laser focused.
Yeah.
He realizes his team has a lot of issues. But I got to say, I was struck against Toledo how the lack of he's pretty
stoic.
Yeah, his facial expressions don't really change. It doesn't look like he's talking much, even into the headset. But he's talking into the headset, but not a lot.
Not when we're watching.
Not like Stockstill. Like if you watched last night's game, Middle Tennessee, man, Stockstill's all over the place. Like some guys are kind
of watching last night's game on a Tuesday night.
Louisiana Tech.
I didn't know there was a game on last night.
3 of them.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Zip was locked in.
AD, there were 3 of them. I was watching Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee, and Rick Stockstill. If you watch him on the sideline, it's a way different picture. He's all I don't. And what I was thinking about him is, how do you get anything done? It just looks like you're all over the place.
Well, that's why he's been there forever. He acts busy and.
No, I think he's probably
he's won half of his
I'm
games.
not saying he's not a good coach.
He's 1-11 and 108 in like 15 years.
I'm sure he's good, and I'm sure he's a
17
good communicator. But man, he's communicating. I'll tell you that. He's talking to a lot of different people.
Once again, stop on by. We're at 1040 O Street. Heavenly Waffles here till 11 o'clock. Get your own. They are delightful. They are truly heavenly. They'll be here till 11 o'clock. So the drive with Raph and AD is next. For Steve Sipple and Bill Busch, I am Jake Sorensen. See ya.
It's a bye weekend for Nebraska football, so roll out the barrel at Beer House this Saturday for Oktoberfest. Doors open at 11 a.m. with a ceremonial keg tapping at noon. Oktoberfest is a family-friendly celebration with